think we're live. Hey, hi, hello, and good afternoon. My name is Amanda, and welcome to Harmony Portal Tarot Live. How is everybody this fine woo Wednesday? Oh wow, that really warmed it up, didn't it? That's very cold, very pink. I don't know. Which looks better? Let me have you guys vote. This or this? So this, we'll call this pink. We'll call this warm. Which one looks better? I don't think I've ever used the warm setting because normally it's too warm, but it's kind of nice. I don't know. Hi, Amber. Hi, Brandy Lynn. Welcome, welcome, ladies. Yeah, tonight we're gonna do. I kind of wrote a little agenda off in my head. I'm gonna check in with what we had. Oh, you see more purple and blue. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I think my back end of this whole app, program, studio, whatever we want to call it, is just completely warped. I have no idea what I'm even looking at. I should maybe just check it on just my regular YouTube. Aw, Judy. Sorry, my dog Judy popped up. Aw, just randomly there she is. She passed away in 2021. I missed that, Judith. Oh. Anyway, I was going to go over. Easily distracted. Yes, I am. Okay. You just head over to... Yay, I'm live. Okay, let's click it and turn
love teaching how to educate.
Turn it down. We don't need to hear it. I just want to see it. We don't need to hear it. Just the overall color. I don't know. Does it look warm? Does it look cold? Does it look too orange? What does it look like? That's what we're kind of, not that it really matters, but I don't know. The aesthetic. I don't really know. I don't know that I can tell a difference. Let me just try it one more time. One more time, and then we'll get with the program here. That's cold. Too cold. And then this is what I normally do it on. It's like super bright. Okay, so it's like lagging, so yeah. And then this was what I was testing a minute ago, which feels to my eyes a lot better, but I don't know if, yeah, it doesn't look as great on the screen, so I'm gonna go back to our original high watt setting here. That's what I'll do. Okay. So we had a few others join us in the meantime as I'm messing with my lighting situation. So we have Amber, Brandy Lynn, Linda H, Banana Anna S. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, welcome. And yeah, so Friday we did a big protection and how to cleanse ourselves. I don't know. I was kind of calling it like a webinar meets reading. We did a reading afterward. Sorry, my hair is all sorts of something tonight. It's very. I didn't get this one specifically. I didn't get the braid tight enough up top, so it's kind of, not that you care. Sorry, my ADHD is really bad today. Anyway, back to what I was saying. On Friday, we were doing like a spiritual cleanse / protection mini webinar, and then I did a reading in companion with that. And I said, if you guys wanted to just every day for the next 7 days, so from last Friday, which I don't even remember the date at this point, 31st, so it was the 2nd, maybe? Was it the 2nd? Through now today, the next time we're live since then, and then we were going to officially check in on Friday, but I wanted to give you guys just a little update as far as how it's been going for me, and I did completely forget on Monday to do any kind of cleansing, clearing, protection, I didn't do any of it. I was so in the zone with my candle stuff that I was just in la la land. But that being said, the fact that I was like in the zone and like doing something that put me in that flow state, I feel like that's a protection in and of itself. So I didn't feel too bad for getting to do things on Monday, but I wanted to be completely transparent and truthful with you guys that yes, I missed a day, but I'm seeing some results. I had to go to the post office yesterday And the night before that, so that would have been Monday night. Yes, Monday night. My husband and I went to the library so I could pick up some holds, candle magic books. We'll talk more about that. But I've had this candle magic book for a hot minute, and this is like my go-to candle magic book. Oh, you love the candles? You're planning to sell them? Eventually. I'm still in like testing phase, and as far as I know, it'll be very low key. Probably won't even advertise, or I mean, I'm debating at the Etsy situation, but I don't know. If there's enough interest through people I know and like you guys, I probably won't even go that far. It's something that's more of a hobby. It's not something I'm looking to like make a bunch of money on. But I do want to use all clean ingredients in my candles, the scents, the wax, the the sourcing of everything, and of course putting my own like healing energies and different protections and stuff into the candles, and I'm loving it. I'm having so much fun with it. But yes, so I was doing that. I had to go to the post office. Yes, back. Sorry about the ADHD tonight. Hi, Nellie, welcome. So I had to go to the post office on Monday, or no, we went to the library with my husband, pick up holds on Monday night. And when we were in there, I'm checking out my books, and this lady just comes up behind me and she's like, "Oh my God, your hair is amazing." And it had been a while since I'd washed it and everything. I got like a deep conditioner moment going on right now because I'm planning to cut it tomorrow. Pippi Longstocking, everyone remember that? I went as Pippi Longstocking. I can't tell you how many Halloweens. Sorry guys, I am all over the place tonight, but I missed you guys and I'm having fun. So yeah, my hair is just like, I had this hat on and a different sweatshirt, and it was just kind of like long down my back and needed to be washed. And she's like, "You have the most amazing hair, and I bet you get that all the time." And I'm just like, "Oh wow." Because normally, yeah, there are times that people will come up to me, but usually they'll like see me from a side or like the front. But she was already like complimenting me and talking to me behind me before I even registered, because I'm checking out my books at the little kiosk thingy. And I'm like, oh, like I was like kind of taken aback, like, "Oh, she's talking to me. Oh, okay, cool." And then I went to the post office to mail some things off to a friend. The things I showed you guys on the last couple live streams ago. It was, I think, the thumbnail, maybe possibly for the last live stream. I mailed those off to her, and I'm just walking in, and this lady, once again, different lady, completely different lady, was just like, "Oh my God." And I was wearing my hair kind of more like this. And she's like, "Your hair is like so thick and amazing. Oh my gosh, I love it." And I'm just like, "Oh, thanks." That's really sweet of you. So yeah, people complimenting, and again, came from behind me. Normally, if someone's gonna compliment, they like kind of, I don't know, survey the scene or something, but two people completely unrelated in different places, same scenario, like came up from behind me and did all this. "Hi, Linda, welcome. It's your first time here. Well, welcome. So good to have you." Oh, Aniket, welcome as well. And Cha Cha is here, the Junking Data Girl. Hello, friends. Hello. And another thing I noted, since I've been doing all this protection and cleansing and stuff daily, is my kids. They just come up to me. They do this a lot anyway, but I've noticed like a huge uptick in it, like almost to the point that it's laughable. Every time they will walk by me in the house, they will hug me or kiss me, which again, they do this a lot, but like we're talking double to triple what they normally do, which is already a lot. So it's like very noticeable that it's just like, whoa. And then another thing is the dogs, my dogs. Like when I am telling, especially Ruthie, she's the younger one, to come over here, or come in, get in the crate, do the things. Yes, we're gonna get to that, Aniket. We're getting to that very soon. I'm just doing a little update from our previous live stream, all the protection and cleansing that we did on that live stream. So yeah, very soon here, how this works, very soon here, I'm gonna call out for those that want a free one card pull, to put a secret password or number in the chat, and that will let me know who wants a card. You don't have to ask a question. You can kind of just ask it in your head. And these are more, not quite affirmation cards, but kind of more oracle cards with like a word and a single sentence on it. Also, circling back to the protection and cleansing and everything thing I noticed with the dogs. Yeah, so those are three very clear things that I've noticed. Another thing I've noticed is when entities are trying to hook into my energy, or like when I did go, my husband and I went after the library on Monday, we went to the mall, and normally people, so it's weird. Either people really notice me or it's like I don't exist. Like there's no in between with my energy. And a lot of times it is because I will put a lot of protection around myself. Like we'll go to all these band concerts and sports stuff for the kids. And I put this, especially because I like to sit at the back, like at the top of the bleachers if I can. And then I'll put this like kind of arc in front of me, and no one ever sits it right in front of me. The one time I forget to do it, guess what? People crowd right in, right on top of me, like I don't even exist. And they're all up on my knees and, just all over me. So I noticed that I am just able to, like when we were at the mall and stuff, like this guy got a little too close. He's like, "Oh, I'm sorry about that." Just he didn't like brush it against me or anything, but like, no, that wasn't at the mall. It was at I stopped to get a drink, like a fountain drink, and he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry," and I'm like, "Oh no, you're fine." Like, you weren't bothering me any. You're not even that close. Yeah, so it's weird. And then just like energies that are coming into my field. I was Sunday night specifically. Oh no, Saturday night, because I went out to my in-laws Sunday night. So Saturday night, I was just walking like the perimeter of my kitchen, going into my living room, kind of getting some steps in, waiting for my family to get home from my in-laws' house. And I just had this overwhelming, like, scared feeling. And my dogs were outside, and it was like dark. It was getting dark, like, it was still slightly light out, but dark enough that you need to turn lights on to be able to actually see what you're doing in a house. And I just got like scared. So and that doesn't normally happen, even when, I can sense there are entities and stuff, like they don't normally scare me. So this to me felt like something more dark than I'm normally used to. It's not just a regular run of the mill entity, but it's interesting because I think from a very young age, our biggest instinct when something like that happens, when we're really scared like that, is to turn on the light. And there was like a weird light bulb going off within me at the same time of, well, let me just turn up my inner light. And I let the dogs in. And the thing was like, I could still feel it. And it was kind of more toward my front door, and I let the dogs in from the back door. So like, I'm kind of between like the doors situation in the house. And I could still sense it even though the dogs were in there, but then I like turned on my inner light even brighter than it was, or kind of envisioned like, turning on the light upstairs, downstairs, in the garage, like all the areas of the house being the body, and the energy just dissipated. So it's like me cleansing and clearing and doing my own protection is reminding me and helping me tune in more intuitively to the stuff that is, really around, that normally I might have just kind of taken it personally, like, oh, it's my own energy, I'm the problem, it's me, Taylor Swift, when no, I'm now able to really discern, is that someone else's energy? Is this my energy? When I'm taking even just 3 to 5 minutes, and that's all I was doing. I wasn't going extreme, doing like 20 minutes or anything like that. We're talking 3 to 5 minutes worth of just cleansing my own energy, and then, putting up my own protections, and just the major increase of positivity with certain people, and then being able to really sense when someone's just not completely right vibrationally, and be able to put distance. And then of course that more dark entity that was in the house, haven't been able to sense it since. I think it's gone. But yeah, I plan tomorrow, being Jupiter Day, Thursday, good expansive energy, I'm going to do another big house cleansing, which I do from time to time anyway, just because I do connect with so many people online. And, even if those of you that have, say, social media or something, it's still good to do, because other people's energies, they're all just bumping up against us, even if we're not physically in contact. And even if you're not like on like putting your own content up, people commenting on your content, but if you're consuming a lot of content, reading a lot of comments, you're picking up, debris everywhere you go, energetically, physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, all the things. debris. So we could all use with some cleansing here and there. Anyway, so yeah, I'll see if anything else, if there's anything else to add, but I figured because I did have some updates, I would tune or let those of you tuning in know those updates, but I'll probably say a lot of this again on Friday, maybe a slightly condensed version, and then add anything else that's I've noticed either for negative or positive to the mix. So yes, that's that. And I'll just show you what I was working on over the weekend going into Monday. And they smell so good. Oh my god. And I used a scent called Oak Moss and Amber from this is from Hive and Honey. These are money manifestation spell candles, and again, the lighting situation is not ideal in here, but these are candles. Yes, I know having a lot of this stuff in here is not great as far as like fire danger and all that goes. So I am saying, and this here is actually wax, this little gold bar. Next time I do this, I will actually dye the wax and then paint it with my mica powder like I have here, because I just use the regular white colored wax and then, yeah. But anyway, these are meant to use while you're in meditation, not a closed eyes, I'm like completely zoned out meditation, but a basically using the flame of the candle to meditate. And because this is an abundance, prosperity, manifestation, money, intention candle, it can be on, you know, you can meditate with the flame with those things. But I would say anyone who would buy something like this from me, I would just suggest to remove the little money. It's just a paper money, little miniature money. See, the star anise here could also be removed, but I have in some past candles that I made with star anise, it will burn and almost act as its own wick in a weird way. It doesn't like put off a huge fire, maybe at first, but again, not huge. It's just maybe double to triple what the flame would be. But again, anyone adding all this stuff, and then of course like the crystals and stuff, we got green aventurine, we got pyrite, we got citrine in here. Anyone adding crystals and stuff, of course, when the wax heats up and then we're using a metal tin to keep all that heat in, and then you got the flame going, of course they can become hot. I'd say you're probably safer off using crystals in a tin situation or even concrete situation rather than say a glass candle or a glass jar, because the heat can really build up in those crystals, and then the crystals sometimes can, you know, if you're using like a beeswax, which this is not beeswax, this is cocoa luxury Titan wax from Hive and Honey. Anyway, some waxes can get really hot to where crystals can crack, and then they'll kind of crack and go in different directions, like ammo almost, and can break your glass. So you have to be very intentional and very careful if you're adding a bunch of stuff to your candles. So I would just say that. But yeah, I just have 2 of the 5 of these ones that I made, and I made one for my mom, one for my sister, one for a friend, one for myself, and then one for my mother-in-law. And that's all I made for this batch. But I'm gonna wait about 20 days from the time I did these to be able to light it. But they're already got a really great cold throw, meaning what you can smell without it being lit. It smells so good. I cannot wait. I'm so excited. But I just thought I'd share a couple of these. And like Amber was asking earlier if I'm going to be selling any of these, I have a lot more testing to do, both with waxes, wicks, vessels, other things that I want to do. I'm also going to be making some reverse candles with when you put like green on top, black on bottom, that can reverse any hexes, curses, entity attachments into your finances or money situation, which I definitely need to do for myself. If you have red on top, black on the bottom, that will help reverse any hexes, and curses, either intentional or unintentional, that people are putting on you. There's a whole thing, and we can go into this at some point. The more I'm like getting back into candle magic, I'm just like, yes, I want to give all the knowledge. Yeah, reverse candles. And you can even go on to Amazon and find, and they usually come in those like really long 7-day glass kind of jar canister type situations, where like the top is red, the bottom is black, or you can have it in reverse if there's people or entities or any interference going on in your love life. Then it's either red on top, black on bottom. So for love life, it would be black on top or red on bottom, I think. Don't quote me on that. I might have that in reverse. No pun intended with the reverse candles, but it's like a reversal spell to return that energy to sender. Or if you're not comfortable, and a lot of times I don't return the energy to sender because sometimes that can really aggravate people, and then they will want to put it back on you even harder. So a lot of times I just basically throw water on their flames and return it to source. And then, because energy is energy, and technically you could even take that energy that's being reversed in that candle and transmute it to something else. I mean, there's no limits to your magic. So do what you feel is right. But I have a mold on order for a candle about this tall. I want to say it's like about 4.5 inches tall. And I don't know, like somewhere between a quarter and a 50-cent piece as far as the circumference size. But I'm going to be making a bunch of those just for personal use, but I would definitely be, willing to sell those as well. Because I know like the ones in the big jar are like $20 on Amazon, and I would definitely, for what I'm going to make, I definitely wouldn't charge anything like that. But yeah, I see like this big wide open road in front of me of possibility with some candle magic stuff, and I'm really excited. So I'm going to share the love of my excitement with you guys. So for now, though, I am going to move the candles out of the way, and we are going to get to catching up here quickly in the comments. I don't think there were too many. And this just might not be a very long live stream because we don't have any donations yet again. But yeah, I have noticed there has been a massive, just since summer, just a massive wah-wah in all of my different income streams. There's almost no pulse left in most of them. And this platform is really no exception at this point. And it had been protected somehow for a while, but now it's not. And I got to get that figured out. What's going on with this? Because it feels like a psychic attack to my sense of, not that I tie all my self-worth into what I make or, how much money I can make or what have you, but, we all feel, if we're not being able, we're showing up, we're doing the work, but nothing's coming of it. We can start to question. And I know, we've all been there. But I was really hard on myself for a while. Like, I need to just up my game. I need to be better. And maybe I need to go on more often, but I don't think that's the case. It's something else. Yeah, reverse candle time. That's definitely it. Yeah, but a lot of this stems from a really big spiritual attack that happened to me in early 2021 end of 2021 going into early 2022. That's all I'll say, just in case this person is watching. Pure evil incarnate, let's just put it that way. I don't think this person's keeping like physical eyeball tabs on me, but energetically, they're still checking in from time to time. I can feel it, and I don't like it. This is someone I paid thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars to help me do a lot of healing, and in fact, instead of healing, they created new wounds. So that was fun. Big time horrible stuff. Yeah, spiritually attacks, it's around the same time. Yeah, and it's just leveled up and amped up. But that's why I just feel so, at this time, passionate about, using my abilities, my gifts, and, the knowledge that you can acquire in this realm and beyond to protect ourselves, Yeah, it's so hard, KK, isn't it? But, we just keep showing up and doing what we can. But I've been reading, it's called, oh gosh, what's it called again? I'll just go to my Kindle. It's on Kindle Unlimited for those of you that are on Kindle Unlimited. It's called Darkness Disguised as Light, The Hidden Truth. If I can get to the whole thing. The Hidden Truth About Psychic Protection and the Illusion Matrix, and it's by Maya Zahira. So if you want to screenshot this, oops, let me get it more centered here, to look at. And she also has one called, I think it's called the Psychic Defense Source Book or something like that, that I haven't read yet, but she's also here on YouTube. Maya, Maya Zahira Zahira. And she also has, I think it's called like the Psychic Protection Sanctuary or something on Facebook. But she's really going in this, specifically in the book I'm reading now. I'm on page 92. Started it this morning. I just couldn't stop. It's talking about all sorts of psychic attacks and what it can look like and a lot of her experience. And yeah, so I would highly recommend. I'm only, 29% of the way in, but I'm already like, yes, let's do this thing. Let's learn. Had some beautiful visions showing me that everything's okay and that transmuted their negative into positivity only increases our protective shield. Yes. Another book I can recommend, KK, or anyone who's feeling like physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, did I say all the things? All the attacks. If you're feeling any attacks from any way, which way. It's called Vampire's Way to Psychic Self-Defense by John Creeder. Kreiter. And I recommend that one all the time. So if you've been here a minute, you've probably heard me talk about it. And it talks about how you can use that negative energy that is directed toward you, be it from entities, be it from thought forms, be it from people, whether they're intentional or not. You can take that negative energy and put it in this cauldron around your, kind of between your solar plexus and your sacral chakra, and transmute that energy into, energy is energy. We just label it positive. We label it negative. We label it whatever. Energy is energy. And when that energy is directed at you, you might as well use it. And if there's no negative energy directed at you, just tune into the fact that there was World War II somewhere, or, there was a car wreck over here, or, any negative thing. I mean, just going to Walmart. I mean, that's an easy enough place to go find yourself some negative energy if you can't find any. If you're feeling a shortage of negative energy, just go on into Walmart and you'll find it. Even if people themselves aren't being negative, there's just this thick soup energetically. Every time I go in, it doesn't matter what Walmart I go into, I feel it. It's like I'm trudging through sludge to get to the produce, and then to get to the whatever I need, and then to get right to the checkouts and get the heck out of there. Yeah, so Vampire's Way to Psychic, and I brought it up here. I actually have it right here. I was doing some decluttering on my bookshelves downstairs, and a lot of times I'll just shift. My brother used to call it shifting the horde. But yes, this is it. And this says Vampire's Way, if you can't read that. To Psychic Self-Defense, and then Overcome All Negative Energy, John Creeder. And he has other books. Let's see. I know this has turned into kind of show and tell hour, but let's see. Is this it? No. Oh, here they are. So these are the other two books that I have by him that I just ordered, like all three of them at the same time. I have not read these two yet, so I made it partway into this one, as you can see my little dog-eared tab there. But these are ways to harness the power of thought forms, create servitors, like creating your own thought form to serve you in whatever way you want. I know that's very, very avant-garde of this, yeah, very medieval times as well. Yeah, we'll give it that. Hard to read, but yes, very, very potent energy and information. And it's only, let's see. Yeah, it's like 103 pages, but worth its weight in gold and then some. I just a lot of times have to remind myself to use this knowledge. Hi, everybody. Okay, I'm going to catch up on comments, and then we're going to get into the free one-card poll. So I hear my dog barking outside. Don't worry, my husband's got him under control. Is that why my kids are being more affectionate with me? At least one of them. Oh, that's so cool, Amber. I'm so glad. Oh, thank you, Amber, for letting them know how to get in on all the fun. And we also have a giveaway and a drawing that we're going to do at some point during the live stream today. It looks like we do have one donation coming in hot. Let's see who this is from. Cat W. That's so interesting because I actually was going through my email today, Kat, and I saw your email from November about possibly being pregnant. And I'm like, oh, I wonder if she actually was pregnant. Interesting. So I thought about you today. It's almost like psychically I tuned into your energy and now here you are. I love it. Well, welcome, Kat. Amber A, don't you hate when you forget to do that? Pika Lee, welcome. KK, hi. Yes, and if I did forget to say hi to anybody, I didn't mean to. I'm trying to make sure I sail, hi. Brandy Lynn, yes. Oh, you've been spiritually attacked. Yep. Kay is here, hi. We got K and KK. And Amber A and Amber 9 in. Hello, everybody. Okay, so, yep. Let's see. All right. So, yes, very Castlevania, right? Oh, I used to love playing that video game by Capcom on regular Nintendo. Castlevania, that was the music, the MIDI, like kind of medieval sounding music. I loved it. Hi, Jessica Lynn. Hi, Kat. Nellie's here as well. Oh, you got to go to class. Well, have fun at your class. All right, let's get into our free one card pull. For those who are here, we have 11 people, which, wow, that's quite a few. So go ahead and put an 1111 in the chat. That lets me know you want a card. And we're using the, oh gosh, the C Soul Journeys Oracle cards. So if you have a specific question in mind, I don't know that these cards are going to really answer that for you specifically because they're kind of more of a code word or like a keyword and then like a sentence about the keyword. But we'll see how it fits. Okay, so Linda H. All right, Linda H. Let's get your message. Linda H. We have bliss. May you feel deeply and transcend. I feel like in companion with this, we should pull a Kitchen Witch card as well. Anything else from Linda? And then prediction. So there might be a prediction or like premonition almost, or something like cognitive that you're having either through your dream or just during your waking hours. You just feel like something's going to happen. But anything that's not in alignment with happiness and bliss, it's like you can transmute it or shift that energy, which is awesome. All right. Fire Spawn. Let's get Fire Spawn a card or two. We're going to get one from each deck. Let's do that. So we have play. May you seek out fun and connection. So if you've been working a lot or just kind of being alone a lot but not doing anything fun, now's the time. Get yourself out there, put yourself out there, do something fun, play. Even if play looks like not playing like a video game or, you know, a board game or something, but it might look like what I've been doing lately, making candles or doing something that just puts you in this flow state. And then another card for Fire Spawn is memories. So there might even be memories of when you used to be a child or things that you did play or do as a child. And even if you don't do them as exactly as you once did, maybe you're not picking up a Hello Kitty coloring book and coloring that, but maybe picking up one of the more adult coloring books that has more intricate patterns, and instead of using crayons, you're using markers or something. You know, kind of make it relevant to who you are now, but take elements from childhood to really make some fun for yourself. All right, Michelle, welcome, Michelle. Let's get Michelle a card or two. And since I have this one, we'll start here. We have invasive. And this to me feels like invasive thoughts. And again, you're right on time, right on par with a lot of what's going on in just the collective right now, and specifically like the spiritual collective or the people who are more aware of the energies. There's a lot of intrusive, invasive thoughts coming in. So if you've been having a lot of that going on, we have present here. May you sense each shiver of the surf. So the more present you can be, Michelle, you will be able to be present enough and of mind enough to realize that these invasive thoughts are not you, and be able to either cut them off or just observe. And just be like, yeah, I see that, but I don't have to believe that. All right. Hope that resonated for you, Michelle. Make sure I put that in back the right way. Yes. Okay. Next on my list, we've got Pika Lee. All right. Pika Lee's cards are Shine. May you be a lighthouse. I love that picture. Oh, so pretty. Sea glass there on the beach. So Shine. May you be a lighthouse. Paired with this card for Pika Lee, which is Caution. Okay. And this is interesting because this is saying just shine your light. The caution here, I would say, is not everybody is going to appreciate or like that light. And in fact, it might cause some envy or some just kind of bitterness from people who are maybe having a bad day or, but at the same time, this could even bring people out of that funk. That's what I'm really seeing with this is your light could actually help lift others up even when they're not feeling 100% their best that day. So if someone's just kind of a grouch for no reason, just, put them out of your awareness, All right. Brandy Lynn. Let's get Brandy Lynn's cards. We have heard. So may your brave call be carried by the wind. And that is a decent sized wave going on there. We'll pair that up with, and so there might even be like clairaudience, or you're just hearing like inside your head, really good guidance. There's really good guidance coming in for you. And we have reconciliation. And this to me doesn't feel like a person or anything really external to yourself. This feels like reconciling like parts of your childlike self or your inner child. That's what I'm trying to say. And I don't know if the smell of basil triggers any kind of memories for you, specifically around childhood or just something from your past. It doesn't have to necessarily be childhood. But there is like a lot of guidance coming in through clairaudience to be able to reconcile like limiting beliefs or like even just like I'm hearing like reconciling accounts. So like zeroing out books or just being able to put something to rest, put something to behind you that you don't want to bring into either the present or future. All right, so Banana Anna S, let's get your cards. And if it appears at any point that I've skipped anybody, sometimes I see things in a different order than you guys, and rest assured I will get to you. Banana Anna S, here we go, my dear. We have bliss. May you feel deeply and transcend. So if you are having any kind of negativity, sadness, woes, worries of any kind, this is about really just feeling really deeply into what is this trying to show me or tell me? Is this even mine? I mean, that's usually step one. Is this even mine? A lot of times you will feel something and it's, especially if you're more on the empathic side, it could just be someone else's crap or the collective's crap. And you just don't even have to, just transmute it, move it along. So I do get that emotion from that, but also with the bliss energy, this is like exciting energy. And sometimes we kind of have to create our own excitement in life. It doesn't always come looking for us. So if you've been bored lately, this is a good thing to do. Oh, and then we have fortify with echinacea. So this is kind of like, like my ex-boyfriend's mom, she always used to talk about, oh, I have a tickle in my throat, better get the echinacea. Like she was like, gotta like cut something off at the past or like prevent something from happening even in the first place. And anytime I hear the word echinacea, I always think of her. And she was just such a lovely, well, she still is alive, but like, she's not really in my life anymore because I broke up with him back in 2003. So it's been a hot minute. But yeah, she's such a lovely person. But this is about like fortifying, you see something's a little bit amiss or a little bit out of alignment. You have the power or ability to, make it better or just make it something more cohesive for what, you need. All right. KK, let's get KK's cards. All right, we just jumped chats. Let me scroll back down. Okay, here we go. KK. All right. So we have, you saw me shuffle, right? Same card, yet third time charm coming out. Yes. So may you feel deeply and transcend. So like blissful energy. So KK, this does kind of feel much like the reading we just got for Banana Anna S. But let's see what your card is. In addition to the bliss card, we have ambrosia with honey. And this isn't just about like, fortifying or, trying to cut something off at the head. This is about really enjoying, really getting in touch, getting in tune. And I saw a really interesting video today about the bee collective and honey and the spiritual benefits of honey and everything. And the fact that I'm like honey and wax obsessed. We have our own beehive out back and stuff. But this to me just feels like just the creme de la creme. So doing something you enjoy, it's like decadent energy as well. Pairing that up with bliss though, KK, it's like if there's something that's been like in your cart for a while, you're like, should I get it? Should I not? Like this is treat yourself energy right here. This really is do something fun, book that vacation, go out with that friend, whatever it is that you've been like, I really want to do that, but like, should I? if it's in your best interest, I would say do it. All right. So up next, Amber A. All right, Amber A. And we have here, may you see the subtle in the everyday. So this is like romanticizing life, making everything, you know, every breath you take, every step you take, like this big miracle, or just seeing the wonder of the fact that life is alive. It's so alive. Like just, you know, being very grateful. Like this is an element or like an emotion or a state of gratitude almost. Like a walking meditation of life. Let's see what else is coming in with this for Amber A. We have impassive. So this really is interesting. We have the mandrake energy here with impassive. So this is about, you know, you could just kind of willy-nilly ho-hum about it, or you could it's like about taking control is like the energy I'm getting here, and not in like a controlling, I must control the narrative, I must control my life kind of way, but just controlling the direction of the flow of life is really what I see with this combination. All right. So up next, we got Jessica Lynn. Jessica Lynn's cards. And we have here present. So may you sense each shiver of the surf. So you might even be getting chills, like just randomly, or you have a thought and then it gives you chills, or you hear a song or, you know, something that gives you chills. When that happens, specifically the next time that happens for you, really pay attention to what you were thinking, what was being said, what was going on at the moment that you got those chills. Be very present. And then we have banishment here with the black pepper. So this is specifically, if something's just not sitting right with you or your intuition, sorry, now my nose is itchy, which is good luck. That's good luck for you. Good luck energy coming your way, Jessica Lynn. But what I see with this is you're going to be able to banish anything that's not in your like highest alignment. But the best way to be able to tune into your environment is to be very present in the moment, because when we're distracted or we're thinking about the past or worried about the future, we can completely miss what's actually going on in our awareness. So you're going to be very keen on being able to tune into the things that need to go in life and the things that you want to like double down on. All right, Cat. Let's give Cat a card or two. Cat. All right. And we have here, same card, banishment, and we got the black cat in the background in this card. Well, I think in all the cards that cat's there, but I really noticed it in Jessica Lynn's reading, and then it came out again in yours, so I figured I better mention it this time around. But my nose is still itchy, so good luck coming in for you as well with that banishment card. What else for cat? And we have belonging. May you welcome yourself home. Oh, wow. So it's interesting because like banishing the things around your home that don't make it feel comfy cozy. If the garbage is kind of piling up and it smells bad, get it out. You know, the clothing needs washed, needs put away. There's cobwebs in the corner. It's about like spring cleaning, but like early, like doing some early spring cleaning, banishing, so that you can feel better. And this includes like your, you know, spiritual cleansing or clearing or like self-care stuff that makes you feel like a stranger in your own body. So doing those self-care things can really, and that's something I'm doing tomorrow is I'm, you know, I'm cutting my hair. I did a deep condition today, so it feels really good. Cut off those ends that are the oldest part of the hair and just feeling good. So I don't know if you've been thinking yourself, Kat, about a haircut or recently got a haircut, but that could be something really beneficial to help just banish that old energy. All right, Amber 9 in. Let's get Amber a card or two. Amber's cards. What does Amber need to know? Ooh, the only card so far that has fallen to the ground. So slippery energy. What is it? Oh, that's why. That's why. The peace. It feels a little bit slippery. But we have here olive. So olive oil. It might be something like a carrier oil you can use with like different essential oils to make this feeling of peace for yourself. But if you like to eat different types of olives, I know there's lots of different types of olives, this could almost invoke this sense of peace coming in for you. But the fact that this card fell to the floor, it's not going to be just something that just lands in your lap. You're going to have to go reach for it or make it happen for yourself, that peace that you're seeking. But let's see what we are pairing this up with for Amber. But the fact that the peace card came out for you, I think is very telling with everything that you've been going through and just the continued persistence of just certain themes and things going on in your life. I'd love to see this for you. Anything else for Amber? Oh, so weird. Your reading is unlike everybody else's. So you get 3. +1. So 4 cards wanted to come out. So we have ease. Oh, peace and ease. Wow. Wow. Ease. May it be effortless. So there's, wow. Things are shifting for you, Amber. Something is changing. Something is shifting here. And then we have compassion. May you tend to the suffering. And this feels like suffering like within yourself. So like self-compassion coming out with that. And then held. May you feel the ocean's caress. So this is about mothering your own inner child, mothering your own even adult self right now. And giving yourself that grace to make that peace feel like it's coming easier to you. Wow. What a message. All right. Yeah, all peaceful, like very divine feminine energies coming in really strong for you right now, Amber. All right. Up next. All right. Night, Linda. Have a good one. All right. Oh, you're on mute. Hi, Sandy. Welcome, welcome. Everybody who just joined us wants a card, put it 1111. Let's get Sandy a card. Aw, you're most welcome, Banana Anna S. Absolutely. Sorry, I'm just catching up on everybody's comments. All right. Intrusion for Sandy with Milk Thistle. Let's see what the other one is. Again, this feels like intrusive thoughts or just things that are like prickly, things that you kind of want to step around. So almost like walking on eggshell kind of energy. And this might be, I know you recently went on a trip or had planned to go on a trip. So I don't know if you've gotten back from your trip. Depth. May you immerse and go deeper. Oh, interesting. So I don't know if things just feel different around your house since you've gotten back. But the depth card here, may you immerse and go deeper. It's like you are clearing out the things around the home or even just in your own energy, just in your own mind, that feel like an intrusion or an invasion of your privacy, of your energy, of just your happiness. And this does feel like you're going to be able to like overcome it, but specifically by doing some deep breathing exercises or even like doing some meditation in tandem with the deep breathing, to just do some cleansing or clearing of your energy. And if you want to physically do some cleansing and clearing of your physical body or like things around your home or your workspace, that can be like a breath of fresh air coming in for you, Sandy. All right. So, yeah, I could use some bliss and sweetness. Ah, yes, book the vacation for sure. You're most welcome. Absolutely, KK. Jamie's here. Let's get Jamie Wilson a card. I feel like I have moved into that duality. Thank you so much for the reading. You're most welcome, Amber A. All right, Jamie. We have here for you, courageous. May each breaking wave build your courage. So yeah, there's like the momentum or the energy is building for you to be able to be courageous and take a leap of faith. Very full energy, but like mixed with some Leo, like strength energy as well. Let's see if we can get some further guidance for Jamie. Anything else? Banishment. Oh, wow. Yeah, this is about getting rid of, like, taking that leap of faith to realize maybe I don't need to hold on to all this stuff for a rainy day. I can let it go. And then if I do need to replace it later, I can do that. There's a lot of like spring cleaning type energies in some of these. Not everybody's reading, but a lot of you guys, I think it's like a spiritual collective thing right now where a lot of us are just wanting to cleanse our own energies, protect our own energies, and then our like kind of extension of us, which would be our homes, our cars, our families, and where they hang out and congregate. It's about cleaning and cleansing the energy. So yeah, you're having the courage to just get up and make something happen, make a change, do something different that's going to really affect your life for the better, Jamie. All right. Okay, so anyone else, last call that wants a card or two, put an 1111 in the chat and I will pull you some cards. And then, of course, if you want an actual question that, or a reading where you ask the question and you get a more thorough and personalized answer, you can always send a donation. The way to do that is pinned at the top of the chat over here. At least for me, that's where it's located right now. And also in the description box below. 2 ways you can donate and get your question today. Okay. All right. So next on our list. All right. So Lavina, oh, literally fell into my lap. So there's something falling right into your lap. May it be effortless. Yes. And when something falls into our lap, we say, "Oh, that was easy because it just fell right into my lap." So there might be an opportunity or a conversation that you're wanting to like maybe tell someone something, but you're like, "How do I even bring this up?" Well, the way to tell them is gonna just naturally fall into your lap or just open up for you to be able to just, "Hey, speaking of that, blah 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 blah." So, and it could even be something you're kind of worried about, but it actually comes out really well for you. What else for Lavina? Anything else? And banishment. Okay. Yeah. Specifically something, this card keeps coming up tonight. Something that you want to get rid of, offload, release, let go of. Could be energetically, could be things you're wanting to, either throw away or donate just to cleanse the energy, cleanse the space, clear the space. It's going to be much easier than you're thinking it is going to be. All right. So up next, S-A-I. I'm not sure how we pronounce your name, so we're just gonna roll with it. Ooh, and I just smelled, finally. It takes a minute for this candle to get going and to actually smell it. It's a very subtle scent unless you're like right over it. But I just smelled it, and that's what it is. Can we see it? Sandalwood and patchouli. There we go. So I don't know if either of those essential oils call to you, but the fact that I finally smelled that candle, there's a meaning in everything. When we're reading, and it's your turn, Lavina, or sorry, Sai, however we say your name. But because I accidentally said Lavina, maybe you also could benefit from patchouli and sandalwood as well. But let's get Sai's card. And we have your soothe. May you settle gently even as the waves break above. So this is about like cocooning yourself, or maybe taking like a hiatus from like all sorts of socializing, social media hiatus, or a break. Again, to be able to do some healing, do some cleansing, do some clearing of your energy, or just do the things that feel like self-care. So there could be some self-care you're doing. All right, let's get some additional guidance for Sai. And exactly, purification, cleansing, clearing, letting go, releasing. And we have sage here as well. So sage, sandalwood, and patchouli. These are all like herbs or oils that a lot of people use. So yeah, it's about purifying, cleansing, clearing. And even if things feel very chaotic in the world, you can almost create this like blissful little abode or kind of just cocoon for yourself away from all the craziness of life. All right. Let's go down. Let's see. I know I love the kitchen. Kitchen witch. Kitchen witch. I forgot for a second. I'm like, yes. And this is I do have the box. So I'll show you. Kitchen. Witch's kitchen. Witch's kitchen, not kitchen witch. Witch's kitchen. Oracle. By those people. Yes, I love it. Okay. So let's see. Oh, Kirsten's here. Let's get Kirsten a card. And Kirsten, I think, will be the last. Oh, you're called to buy the candle. There you go. I think I got this one at TJ Maxx, but it's been probably the fall of 2022. So like a year and a little bit. But just those scents. I mean, they're pretty common scents to find in candles. And eventually I'll have some candles for sale, but I'm making, I would say, probably at least 100 plus candles before I start selling them, just to make sure they're safe and effective and they burn correctly. I'm not just gonna start slinging candles, but very soon, the reversal spell candles I will probably have available soon-ish. I would say within probably the next 2 months, just because they take a lot less testing because I don't have to mess with any fragrances or anything. I can do like just a straight up regular wick because they're just like a mini pillar candle pretty much. Yeah, so I don't have to do as extensive a testing. I don't have to put all the fragrance and all that in it. So yes. All right, Kirsten. Let's get Kirsten a card or two. Ooh, Kirsten, it's flying right here. Oh, we have onion with tears, but it flew away, not toward. So we have tears. There might be some cleansing that you're doing, emotional cleansing, clearing. Don't feel like, oh no, things are hard, things are bad. When you just feel, especially if they come out of nowhere, first and foremost thing to ask yourself, is this even mine? Because a lot of empaths will shed tears and feel emotional for reasons they don't understand. It's not even their energy. You're like transmuting or alchemizing collective like energies. And I recently heard this study about women or sorry, men. They did this study or this experiment. I'm not exactly sure what it was, but they had women cry and then they had men smell the tears and something with healing or cleansing, I don't remember, but the men, like, they could somehow tune into, like, the guys that considered themselves empaths could like tune into which tears were from their wife specifically. But there was something about the healing element of tears and how, I can't remember, some hormonal shift or chemical reaction that goes on in the body when you cry, that's actually very therapeutic and beneficial to the human body. And I guess there also is a difference between the tears that happen, say, when you are peeling onions and the tears that happen, if you get a piece of dust or your contacts bothering you, your eyes watering. There's way different molecular structure to the tear than when they're like through grief or happiness or what have you. Very interesting stuff. I want to learn as much as I can about like everything, but that type of stuff fascinates me. And then the second card you get is curious. Like I was just saying, I want to learn like all this random fascinating stuff. And then you got the curious card. So maybe you yourself, Kirsten, and I think you are like this student of life, like this person who's always wanting to learn and accumulate knowledge and then know what to do with that knowledge. So there might just be some things you're curious about learning. Maybe write down 2 or 3 things that you're really curious about learning, and then just go seek out books or YouTube videos or whatever on those topics. Or just say, universe, what is it I need to know now? And rest assured, spirit can work with the algorithms just as the same way as this dark entity interference can work with those algorithms to get you the messages that you need. So, yeah. All right. Well, that's going to do it for our free portion of today. And we're almost to the hour mark. Wow. I've really talked, haven't I? All right. So let's see. We have our first question from Kat, and then Sandy. So Kat. So, all right. Okay. So, hi, little update. So I ended up not being pregnant. Oh, that answers our question. So all is good. Anyway, my question is, I had a situation with my family and an old childhood friend. Since then, I've been staying away from my family, even members that have nothing to do with the situation. I just feel angry all around. I've been trying to listen to things to calm me down, but nothing seems to work. I feel this rage inside of me brewing. Part of me wants to know if they are in the right, or am I? My ego and pride just won't calm down. Any advice for me to feel peace again? My soul feels very restless and I feel deeply hurt and angry. Yes, let's get into this for you. For some reason, I want to start with the kitchen witch cards or the witch's kitchen cards. Let's just see what needs to come to the forefront for Kat's question about the family and then the childhood friend situation. Ooh, okay. Yeah, and this felt like people that don't even need to be involved are somehow involving themselves. But I feel like this energy has kind of died down or tamped down. It's like you might be the only one. I mean, they might think about it from time to time, but I think you're the one who's still the most charged over this situation. But let's just tune in. As far as Kat's question, situation with the family and an old childhood friend and been staying away, what does she need to know? So let's see. Trying to listen to things to calm me down, but nothing seems to work. So how can Kat calm down in this situation? Let's start there. How can Kat be able to calm down in this situation that she had with the family members and this childhood friend? 3 of water. Okay. So this is about like spirit, like soul family, soul sisters, soul brothers energy. This is about coming back together. So I don't know if there's any kind of birthday party, anniversary, possibly wedding, more that's 4 of wands energy. But a gathering, a get together. that's coming up that you may be invited to. Or if you go the way of connecting with people who are not associated with these family members or that childhood friend, but just like another group of friends or something, or even if it's just you and one other friend, to get out. And it's almost like you somehow need a reminder that there are still people on your side or people who care about you, because you might have felt really deeply hurt by this situation, and that's why I think you're still feeling all this rage brewing. But let's just see if there's anything you can do to calm down in this energy. Yeah, the world. So it's like about closing cycles, could be cutting cords, or better yet, removing cords. I always suggest rather than cutting a cord, but removing it. Another thing, I'm getting all into candle magic lately. So like it's been like my go-to healing, cleansing, clearing, protection kind of sanctuary lately. You could take any candle at all. It can be one in a glass jar. It can be a pillar candle, a chime candle, Yankee candle, Bath and Body. It can be any candle. And just before you or as you light it, before you light it, I would say to write out everything that's bothering you, how this rage makes you feel. Just brain dump all of your ideas, thoughts, emotions, feelings on this paper, and then fold it up and put it beneath, the vessel that your candle is in, or the holder that the candle is in. And then light your candle and just kind of watch it for a while by setting the intentions to let the rage go, because this really is about closing out those cycles, the World card. Letting things go, closing that chapter. Doesn't mean you have to let these people go specifically, but just the association of the big blow up or whatever it was that happened, and then the friend. If you still don't feel like communicating with the people directly involved, maybe by the time you do this kind of closing out cycle, you'll at least feel comfortable enough to then reach out to the kind of peripheral family members that were not involved, but that you at this time still feel like you can't reach out to because it all just hurts so much right now. But let's just see. So those are two ways you can kind of calm that energy a little bit, but just let's see. Part of me wants to know if they are in the right. So let's tune into that. I'm going to actually put these two back. We're going to pull a kitchen witch card, or a witch's kitchen card, and a tarot card. So are they in the right? Are you in the right? And we're saying right by way of true spirit or whatever lessons need to be learned. Who's in the right? Who's in the wrong? So let's start with Kat's energy. Is Kat in the right with this situation that happened? And we'll also pull a kitchen witch card with this one. Is Kat in the right with what happened? Okay, so are the others involved in the right? And are the others involved in the right? Okay. All right. So on the back of the deck, we have bond. So I don't know if you've severed some bonds with people, or, just decided I'm not talking to you for a while or what have you. Oh, I did cut off the family members that were involved, and I am in no contact with that old family. Okay. So yeah, this is definitely like confirmation that we are tuning into the energy. So as far as the energy you're bringing in, we have, wow, I actually really love this. So we have garlic with strength and chamomile with relax. So I really do see that, yes, you feel all this rage and everything. That will die down eventually, absolutely. But in the moment, you did act from your true spirit, and whatever it was that transpired with this whole thing, the reason this rage just doesn't want to die down, because there is a strong sense of injustice that, you're feeling on the side of everybody else involved that's directly involved. So we are asking, are they right? And we have a direct answer of yes with the Ace of Air. But this does not mean that you are wrong. They spoke with whatever they spoke or did whatever they did for a reason. But we have witch hazel with sensitivity, and then turmeric with diversity. So there's actually, like, what I'm seeing is there's a mixed bag. So certain people, and it feels like the childhood friend specifically, that almost feels like I need a different card to tune into that person's energy, because this, with the diversity message coming out and clarity, like, because this is a card of clarity, of truth, of wisdom. just not being confused. So truth, and it's a direct yes. That feels like, because there are so many people, I'd say at least your 2 family members and this childhood friend involved. So that kind of muddies the waters to where things can feel confusing. But let's tune in to specifically this childhood friend and whatever they have to do with the situation, if they were in the right. Well, we have the Sunflower, the Magician, and it's in reverse. So what I'm going to get with this is the fact that they think from their ego perspective they are right, but it's like dark forces or entities were working through them for whatever it was that happened. So I mean, technically, it's like, did the friend do it or did the entities do it? They kind of teamed up to do it together, is kind of how I see it. It's like the friend, though, what I get with this, yeah, that's exactly what I saw, Kat. And I have chills now. So what I see is this friend at this moment in time and moving forward is like, why did I do that? Why did I say that? Oh my gosh, I'm so stupid. I can't believe I did that. Can't believe I said that. And I think, of course, these other, family members, like, they've got their mind made up about certain things, but at the same time, it's like, why are you even involved? Why are you getting in the middle of this? But this friend, I think, is going to deeply, if and this does, because like I said, the very recent past, the present moment, and the very near future all feel like very similar energy to me. So it could have been very recent past, present or near future, that this friend of yours is going to realize they effed up, and they effed up pretty bad, because now they've lost you as a friend. And, a friend since childhood. And if you're, 26 or so, I mean, that's a long time to be, in someone's life, to now get the axe, you're done. But let's just see, as far as, yeah, they weren't in the right as far as, I mean, they thought they were in their ego ways, but in spirit, there was something off about the way they did something or said something or went about the whole situation, that just, like, your rage is justified. Like, I see it, because there's just this injustice kind of energy that if it was, your ego or pride, just the one wanting to win, you would have, I won't say let it go, but you would have just died down on it, that rage, by now. But it's like you feel a deep wound, a deep hurt, because the injustice of it all is just, no. Yeah. Yeah. And that's a good, yes. So this is about you. This is absolutely, you are justified to feel the way you're feeling. And who wouldn't in this case? And I don't know exactly what happened, but I can feel the emotions of it. And it feels like you feel like betrayal, sadness, like a stab in the back, hurt that people would jump to defend this other person besides their own family, or, it's like, whatever it was that they all had involved, you're just like jaw on the ground, like, is this really what's happening right now? I'm shocked that this is what's happening right now. But this here, I love to see it come out in your reading, because this is a new way forward. So whether you reinstall those family members or that friend in your life at a future date, that's for you to decide. You don't have to. This isn't going to tell you you have to or don't have to. But this feels like you being able to move forward eventually. The aces, or sorry, not the aces, the pentacles specifically, it's going to take a minute. And there's going to be some, emotional clearing and wound healing that you're doing to clear this injustice type of feeling that you're feeling. And that's okay. There's no deadline on, by this date, you have to have moved on. No. I also would say don't sit and stew in it. But if you're actively working to heal or move on from what this is, then you're not ever going to be taking too long on it, or you should have already done it by now, or any of that. So me and that friend haven't been friends since 2021, but they became friends with my sister-in-law, and that friend was my best friend. And I don't know why they are now friends. It's like, yeah, it's like a family member. Yeah. So this to me does feel, it feels like a betrayal, or like, how could you do that? That's what this feels like. Yeah. Being friends with an ex. Right. Yeah. And that just, it's weird. It's a weird feeling, right? It's like, of all the people out there, you have to pick this person to be friends with. Like, why? Really? Why? And we have Adelita of Earth, which is the Knight of Pentacles. I have to think for a second. This deck has different court card names. So the Adelitas are the knights in the deck. But this, an Adelita, that's healing energy. That's a healer. being healed, being able to heal, being able to overcome or move on or just accept it. Okay, I guess they're friends now. Nothing I can do about it. Kind of sucks for me, but like I don't have to include them in my day-to-day life. I don't have to, be involved. But yeah, energetically, this feels like dark entities were working to make this happen to be able to feed off the energy or the rage that this created for you. That being said, though, you're not in the wrong for feeling the way you are feeling, because it does feel like, yeah, your friends now being friends with your ex, or like a friend starts dating your ex. Like it just feels weird, It doesn't sit right with most people. I mean, there are circumstances and sometimes time can pass and things can be different, but that's not what this feels like, Let's just see anything else Kat needs to know about being able to move on, because she feels very restless and deeply hurt and angry. To be able to move on. Yeah, that strength card came out for you again. So this is really about, the strength card. It's like in the traditional depiction of the strength card, we have that human or maybe even almost like spiritual being kind of taming the lion. And for this instance here, that lion is that almost just rage you're feeling. And I'm trying to think when the Leo, I'm getting like really strong Leo, like full moon energy from this. And I want to see when that is, or if that's already occurred. Has that recently occurred? Let's see. Leo full moon 2024. Let's see. Yeah, that just occurred. So January 25th was the Leo full moon in Western astrology. But if you follow more Vedic astrology, that's going to be the next moon coming up. Next full moon coming up will be in Leo, because we're about 24 degrees behind the Western, and by we, I mean people who follow Vedic astrology. It takes the actual placement of the planets and the, constellations in the sky, with the precession of the equinoxes taken into account and everything. But this strength card, this really is about allowing yourself to feel whatever it is you feel about it, and not putting a deadline like you have to hurry up and, oh yeah, we will have a full moon on Friday. Oh yeah. Okay, that's right. Next full moon is, or is that wait. I'm trying to think. Full moon. Or is it a new moon we're having? I can't remember. Because the full moon happened on the 25th. I don't know. We have a moon coming up. I think it's a new moon, I want to say, but in Capricorn for Vedic astrology. But that would be Aquarius full moon or new moon, which Leo would be directly opposite Aquarius. Yeah, I think I really appreciate it. I definitely found some peace. I definitely need to stop stewing in it. But then again, you're feeling it. It's okay to feel how you feel, because when we try to spiritually bypass, we're like, oh, I felt it for 2 days. Now I need to move on. What's wrong with me? Why can't I just move on? A lot of times then we just tamp it down or suppress it. The fact that you're allowing yourself to feel it, that's actually really healthy, Kat. So it sucks and it doesn't feel good to feel it. But the fact you're feeling it, I'm really proud of you. So, again, don't 4 years from now still be feeling the same amount of rage, obviously. But, do the candle stuff, or yeah, new moon. Oh, and the day before the new moon, Kat, and then this just came out 4 of water, so 4 of cups. Yeah. So it's about maybe shifting your perspective, or there might be hidden blessings to the reason all of this happened that you just don't see yet. But they will make themselves known in time as far as these hidden blessings go. But what I was going to say, the dark moon would be on Friday? No, Thursday. Tomorrow. Tomorrow's the dark moon. That is the day before the new moon. And it is a great time to get all your transgressions and aggressions out and release, let go of just built up anger, rage, sadness, wounds. It's a really great day for healing and letting go of baggage. So if you want to write out all of your rage and hatred and madness and sadness and all the things, and then light your candle and set the intention that you are processing this and letting it go, and that any lessons that are to be learned from this thing happening, that they will become very clear to you, these lessons, and then you'll be able to move on. Yeah. Oh, the 24th will be the full moon. Yeah. Okay. So between tomorrow, I would say, because tomorrow's the dark moon, between tomorrow and then the Leo her Vedic astrology full moon coming up on the 24th, as Amber has said here. Between now and then, so that gives you what, like 2 weeks plus, a couple days there. Sorry, I dropped a card. I don't want to roll over it with my chair and I'll dent it. So a couple days. So I'd say probably about 17 days. The next 17 days, by that end date of that next full moon, which would be on the 24th, you're going to be feeling a lot better. And hopefully sooner than later. But I see if you're able to really get all this stuff out on the dark moon tomorrow, which is the day before the new moon. It's a really great time for any of you that have any purging, cleansing, decluttering, just letting go, releasing that you want to do. It's such a great time for that. Such a great time for that. All right. So, yeah, you just completely isolated yourself. Thank you again. Yeah. And, you know, there are going to be other people in your life that you can reach out to, or if you don't really have anyone you feel you can reach out to, you know, it might be a good time to make some new friends, or even just tune into the friends that you have online that are at a distance and just, you know, check in and chat with them. And I'm sure you'll be feeling much better knowing that there are those good connections out there still for you, because there absolutely are. Hi, Katie R. Welcome, welcome. All right, so up next, and I went a little more in depth with Kat's reading just because she always sends such a generous donation. I always want to make sure I'm paying it real good here, paying it forward for her real good here. Okay, so Sandy, my dear, Sandy. So she wants to know what is next. So let's get into it for Sandy. And I'm actually feeling like tuning into a different deck. So we're going to the Maya Loon Tarot deck. For Sandy, what's next for wonderful Sandy? Well, I know it's tomorrow, Sandy, your birthday. Happy birthday, pretty princess. You know you love when I call you that. And fun fact, when I was a kid, there was actually a board game called Pretty Princess. I never had it or whatever, but I'd always see it like in the Christmas catalog. Every time I say that, it just reminds me of you, or of that game. And then, of course, I only say that to you, Sandy. So, and you know I say it with love. All right, what's next for our wonderful Sandy? Happy birthday, Sandy. We have here 4 of Cups. We play that every year. Oh, fun. I never played it, but I always saw it in the catalogs when I was a kid. Used to play that game in kindergarten. I was thinking of that when you said it. Oh my gosh, it's funny. So cute. So 4 of Cups. There might be something that you're just not seeing yet. It could be an opportunity. Could be, it feels like, especially if you did end up going to the Tucson, you may. But if you did, sometimes when we go on a big trip and then we come home, celebrate ourselves back into our space, or just kind of reacquaint ourselves and, you know, figure out. Sometimes if you're anything like me, I go travel, even overnight trip, I feel like I want to change all the things and upgrade all the things in my life. I don't know, maybe it's just me. But this is what this feels like is very soon you will see something like an opportunity, or there's a shift coming to give you some motivation or inspiration to try something new. Let's see specifically what's next for Sandy. And the 2 Wands, making some plans. Could even be another trip you're planning, even if it's a year from now, 2, 3, however many years from now. Even just allowing yourself to daydream or think of, you know, the what ifs in life. The good what ifs. We were looking at the good what ifs. So making plans, or even just daydreaming about, oh, if I could go here, or if I had the money to do this, I'd do that and that and that. Sometimes that's good for all of us to just daydream and kind of get out of our mundane rut comfort zone and think of the possibilities and the potentials. Could it be something you're wanting to expand? Something in your life, could be your business, could be an idea that you got while on your trip that you're wanting to expand upon that idea and make it into something. That being said, because you're kind of more in the planning or initial stages of it, and the fact that certain opportunities haven't presented themselves yet, you're still just kind of spinning your wheels about it, or kind of getting your gears going about it, rather than actually taking action to make said thing happen. But I would say within 3 months, you're going to be able to, if you're not sure what this opportunity is yet, between now and 3 months, you're gonna like really zero in on this new opportunity and most likely take action to implement some, it could even be a new stream of income or something to enhance what you're already doing for business, or even a side hustle of some sort. I'm not sure exactly. Let's see. Maybe we can tune into what exactly this opportunity is or what it will bring. Yeah, being able to move forward. Like I was saying, maybe you're not taking the trip yet, but eventually you will. I mean, this is making the plan and then moving forward on it. Making your wish and then making it happen, Sandy. I mean, that's your catchphrase, right? Make a wish and then make it happen. And this really is, this is about perspective and allowing yourself to the potential, or like the daydreaming process, so that you can know what's possible for you. And then you're going to be able to take action and get started on something new. Um, let's see if we can tune into what area of life or what this new opportunity is or what it entails for Sandy. Four of Swords. Okay. This could even be something going on with your health, like improving, or I don't know, an adjustment of a medication or something you're doing health wise. I don't know if it's something you're shifting or changing within your diet or exercise regimen, or medications being adjusted or swapped out for something different. Medical procedure possibly, but it's something to enhance your life. And there is this element of healing coming in specifically around the heart center. So if you've been having issues with heart, lungs, anything basically from the rib cage up to like mid chest area, kind of between the throat and the kind of thymus area here. And the thymus does rule like kind of the immune system, what have you. So this to me does feel like a boost to your immune system. Could be something you're doing to boost your immune system, or some sort of procedure you're doing to enhance your health in some way. But all that being said, it's going to affect all areas of life, because our health affects all areas of our life. If there's an improvement in our health, we can show up better in our relationships. We can show up better in our careers. We can show up better just for ourselves, But if we're not feeling the best health-wise, it puts a damper on everything, right? And then we have the Hermit energy. So there's a spiritual progression going on here too. So, and this here is a very healing combination. The Four of Swords paired up with the Hermit. Hello, spiritual vibes. So there might be some downloads, maybe even some like prophetic dreams that you're getting that are going to help you know like what to do, what your next steps are, what opportunities to take, what things to pass on. Let's see. I'm going to go to the kitchen, Witch's Kitchen. I always get this wrong. Witch's Kitchen cards. Anything else Sandy needs to know? What's next? What's coming next for Sandy? Expansion. Yes. Like I said, you're expanding on something with your business, or just taking things from, planning to actually following through and taking some action on something. Very Jupiter energy, and Thursday is the day of the month ruled by Jupiter. But I'm not sure if you know anything about your chart. We do have hemp here, so CBD, Mary Jane, all the things associated with this word. I don't know if you indulge. There are a lot of health benefits with that. In fact, we were talking about your health earlier. This could be something you're looking into or have looked into. Lots of health benefits. I used to use in high school, I used this like hemp lotion, and I swear to God, that stuff was the best lotion I ever used. And I think they still make it, but I just never think when I'm getting lotion to get that kind again. I probably should. But it was a really good lotion. So I don't know if you're dealing also with some dry skin in patches here and there. I know the most random of messages, but hey, when they come up, they come up, right? Let's just see. I want to go to the Goddess Spirit and just get a closing statement. What's next for Sandy? Closing statement for wonderful Sandy. Anything else Sandy needs to know coming up? Okay, we got two. We got Chang-O with the moon, dreams and mystery. Yes, there's that dream message, prophetic dreams, maybe even around the full moon, which happens on February 24th. So there's a full moon coming up there. And then we have awakening and liberation with Libertas. So between the and interesting, we have the 26th here. So the 24th is the full moon. And these are like counting by twos. 24th is the full moon, 26th into the 28th. And this year, February 28th is not the last day of the month, and I have a theory that my favorite band is possibly going to drop their next new single. I mean, they haven't announced a new album or anything, 21 Pilots, for those that are wondering. I just have this weird intuition that they're going to drop something on February 29th because it's a leap year. I'm wondering. So if you remember around that time, ask me. I hope I'm just singing the new song and can be like, yeah. Because it's been since 2020, when was it? 2021, wasn't it? I think so. Yeah, that was the last album they released. And that's the last year I went to their concert. And we brought the kids, and it was so fun. And I had to travel all the way down to Denver. 21 Pilots. Yeah, it's the only band that I know of, at least at this point, that I would travel to see. But my most recent concert actually was this summer. I went to Walk Off the Earth and Lindsey Stirling here in town. Oh, I love 21 Pilots. Yeah, if you want to listen to any song by them, if you've never heard of them, there's a song called Kitchen Sink. Yes, we're working with Kitchen Witch, so Witch is Kitchen. Go listen to Kitchen Sink with like headphones on and close your eyes and like completely immerse yourself in the song and you will feel chills. It is so good. Yeah, it's such a good song. I mean, there's so many good songs by them. So many. But I'm fingers crossed that they release something on the 29th. Or before that. Hey, I would be willing before that. But there hasn't even been like whispers or a word about it. I just feel it. I just feel it in my bones. I don't know. I sure hope so. That would be awesome. I have dreams about the two band members. There's only two of them. Well, they kind of had an extended band this last album. But Tyler Joseph and Josh Dunn. But it's not spelled the same way as mine. It's just one N on Dunn. I have dreams about those guys all the time. And not like me going to watch their music or their concerts. It's like me hanging out with them, or we're like doing stuff, like hanging out, or one time we were on a live stream together. So weird, so random. But yes, Sandy, I hope that resonated for you. But yeah, there's some specifically kind of going toward like full moon and into the end of the month. That opportunity is going to really start to present itself, but especially over these next 3 months, you're going to really be expanding in a way. And there's something else I was going to say. Oh, your health. Something that you've been dealing with or just wishing was better with your health is going to improve. Or something you're adjusting with your health is going to pay off in a good way, as like a good opportunity for you. That's what I was going to say. Oh, we were talking about the 29th, and I have 92 and 29 p.m. on my screen right now. Oh my goodness, interesting. Very cool. Take a drink of water. It's been a minute. And we did have another donation come in from Katie R. All right. So Katie R is curious. Oh, I was thinking about David Schultz again the other day. So let's pull a card on David Schultz. Every time Katie gets in here, it reminds me. So let's just see if he's still with us on the Earth realm. I haven't tried to tune in. I just thought about him the other day, though. Let's just see. We'll pull a card. Ooh, we have Page of Cups. Yeah. I think he's still here. Like, alive. So weird. That whole thing is just so weird. But, again, I don't feel like he's made the choice to stay away from his family. He's against his will. Ooh, I like seeing this card, though, come up, because there might be an opportunity for him to escape or to get free. It does feel to me like they have him on some sort of, because I think we were talking about how they were doing like psychological warfare on him. And I think that was to like break him, to be able to like, I'll just type it out in the chat because I don't want to get my YouTube stream flagged. This, a lot of times you got to like psychologically break someone to be able to do that to them in a very short amount of time. And I think these people are powerful enough they can do that. So they've kind of, not just kind of, but they've really worked to break him, like break his spirit, so to speak. So there might even be an opportunity coming up for him to be able to remove himself, because I feel like his spirit is really like banging on the door, like, we gotta get out, we gotta get out. But his more human, like, parts of his brain have been kind of hijacked to just stay doing what he's doing, almost like he's just like a robot going through the motions. But his spirit's like working overtime to get him to wake up from this and hopefully get out. It's weird because every time I like can picture him, it's almost like I can't see him, but I'm like seeing through his eyes. Like I'm in his energy in that way. And all I can see is darkness. Like it almost feels like an underground kind of like buried energy. Like I don't know. And it's interesting because in the news here and there, you hear about like these underground tunnels and stuff. And they do some like, when you pull out in trafficking, try to speak in code. But they do that kind of stuff sometimes, like literally underground, not just like figuratively underground, but like literally under the ground. You can disappear someone quick, getting them into these tunnels. And that's what I feel like is going on. Like he's in there. So weird. What a weird situation. Gosh, I feel bad for him and his family. All right, let's tune in for Katie. We're shifting back to the Herb Craft Tarot. Oh, one fell out. Oh, I just heard the Little Monkey song in my head when I said one fell out. One fell off and bumped his head. Okay, so 3 of air, but it was like in reverse. So I don't know if Stacy. Okay, so we're tuning in. I didn't even ask a question yet, but this just came out. So this to me feels like Stacy's energy, but it was in reverse. So I don't know if she had. Oh, absolutely. I'm here for it. You remind me to tune in, and we'll tune in every time you come around. So, unless he's hopefully found, that would be awesome. Hopefully alive though. We don't want him to just be found like his body or something. That wouldn't be very good. But at least, even if that was the case, there'd be some closure, which I think is so important in stuff like this. Just a sense of closure. But yes. This to me feels like Stacy's energy before we even tuned into how she feels about you. So the fact that the 3 of air is in reverse, I don't know if she had a prominent friend breakup or like a breakup with a significant other or something in the last, it feels like 2 years that really did a number on her, and she just really had to overcome it, or just something that broke her heart. It didn't even have to be like a breakup. Could even have been a loss of a family member, a friend, either through breakup or transition of death. Again, this feels like past energy within like 2 years, not future or present. But let's tune in what Stacy thinks of Katie. Okay, and we have here the Tower. What is going on with this? She sees you as strong. Like, that's what I see. Oh, yeah. And then confirmation here, like soulmate energy. So there is a soulmate connection between the 2 of you. And it's interesting because when the Tower comes out, normally I'm like, most people are like, oh my God. I do not at all get a bad vibe from this Tower. And in fact, being a Life Path 7 myself, I have 2 birth cards, which are the number 7 Chariot, and then the number 16, 1 + 6 is 7, the Tower. So I don't fear the Tower the way a lot of people fear the Tower, because whatever, life and death is a cycle. It all happens. But with this Tower card for you, for Stacy, the way she thinks of you is you are really strong. You're like a strong, independent woman, mother. You know what you want in life, or at least she's getting this impression, because we're asking what she thinks of you. Even if you don't believe, hey, I have it all figured out, she feels like you do somehow. Let's see. What else does Stacy think? Katie. Okay. And we have here the Madre of Fire, or the Queen of Fire. Yeah, again, very sovereign, very vibes I was getting from this Tower card, which is very interesting. Just very strong, very independent, motivated, passionate, very inspiring. Again, someone who knows what they want. Again, even if you don't feel this way about yourself, we're asking how she thinks about you. But with this Ace of Water, if you guys aren't close, she wants to get closer, or at least is intrigued to know more about you. And not in like a gossipy type curious way, but in a more, I just feel like this kind of almost magnetic attraction to you because, again, that soulmate connection being there, she can feel that connection. And I'm sure you can feel it as well, at least very subtly below the surface. But let's just see anything else Stacy thinks of Katie. Yeah, the moon. Very intuitive. Again, very, very feminine vibes that she gets from you. Very motherly, very nurturing. But again, very independent, very strong, very knowledgeable in what you do as well. So I don't know if she knows you have this kind of spiritual side to you, but I don't think she'd be mad at it if you did divulge something to, yeah, I can feel it. I can feel it. Yeah. So this does feel like there's a pull here. But again, kind of going to this tower energy and then the healing of this 3. So I don't know if this is just her maybe subconsciously feeling like she does definitely want to get close to you, but at the same time doesn't want to press her luck to somehow push you away or lose you for whatever reason. But let's just see anything else about what Stacy thinks of Katie. The Hanged One. Again, she might be stuck. It's interesting because we had that Ace of Cups come out, which, there's not just an attraction. So I don't know if she likes women or females, but it's almost like if she doesn't or didn't know that she did, she might be even questioning her own sexuality around you with this combination here. And if that's the case, she doesn't want to say anything about it because she doesn't want to lose you as like whatever it is you have now, if that makes sense. Yeah. But if there's definitely something simmering here at the very least. If you want to see, I think she's bisexual. I am, so I can tell. Okay, there you go. Then I get the vibe that, yeah, she definitely, there's part of her that wants to just kind of flirt and just see if there's something that can happen here. And then there's part of her that's like, but I don't want to ruin it if she's not picking up what I'm throwing down. Okay, there you go. Well, I think that at the very least, we can tell she has a crush on you. So there you go. Let's just see anything else Stacy thinks of Katie. Yeah. And now we have the Knight of Fire. This is definitely an attraction. This is the Knight of Wands. Yeah, look at that. And I'm just like all smiles now. Like it's very giddy energy. It's like, oh, like I don't know if I should compliment you because I don't want you to think I'm flirting, even though I am flirting, and I don't want you to take it the wrong way if you're not picking up my flirting. Like that's the vibe that's being set here. But let's just see anything else. What we know what Katie thinks of Stacy. But let's see what Stacy thinks of Katie. Yeah, it's almost like a shy, like kind of flirty. You might even notice her face gets red and she laughs a lot around you because she's just like shy and kind of embarrassed about things. And then we have here loyalty, support, and devotion. Look at that. And then number 33, so I don't know if that's relevant to you in any way surrounding your connection with Stacy or her connection to you. But we do have snake energy here, again, kind of past life or healing. Yeah, definitely past life stuff here. I wouldn't be surprised about it. Yeah, past lives. Absolutely you have. I can put that out there right now. I think we need one more. Anything else? Anything else about how Stacy feels about Katie? Crystals. Amplification. So when I see this, I think of the root chakra crystals like carnelian specifically, maybe even garnet. But carnelian is like the number one crystal. Like if you want, next time you're hanging out with her, if you have a carnelian, if you don't have one, I don't say you have to go out and buy one just to try to test this out, but just take any root chakra crystal that you have, or even if you don't have one of them, just tune into the energy of carnelian or whatever other root chakra crystal that's calling your name, to like almost cloak yourself or cover yourself in that crystal's energy when you're with her, and just see what happens, because you will start to see that flirtation come up a lot. You'll donate again, ask about a past life yeah, absolutely. Oh, she loves red. There you go. Maybe you can gift her a carnelian bracelet Like I actually have one right out here on my treadmill. Let me grab it. I'll show you. I knocked it off. All right, I'll show you. Well, there's carnelian on it, but it's got all sorts of root chakra. We've got garnet. These are garnet. These kind of orangey ones are carnelian. We got smoky quartz, and we've got peach moonstone. And then this is straight up black tourmaline, carnelian, smoky quartz. And pyrite is this little kind of square one. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, you can find these usually at almost any crystal shop, or even order them on Amazon decently cheap. Or, wherever you shop for that kind of stuff, you can find it. That'd be fun, and it's usually pretty inexpensive. I think my most expensive one of these was maybe 10, 12 bucks, pretty inexpensive. I can talk, I swear. Very fun. I love it. All right. I accidentally tried to email PayPal for some reason. So let me go back to my inbox. All right. We are all caught up. So yeah, if you want to donate for a past life reading, we can totally jump right into that. Actually, while you do that, put these away and we're going to do our giveaway. We still haven't done that yet. We have a giveaway. All right. So I would say, Katie, before you go and donate, let's do the giveaway, and then that way if you win, we can do your reading and then you can donate if you want, or you could just win the reading about that if you win, right? So hey, if you are here right now, now's the time. Drum roll, please. Brrr. Oh, did you donate? Did I miss it? I've got one from Sandy. I might have to zoom in. Log in. That's the word. I'm going to log in on PayPal here. I don't see one in my email, but they don't always email me. So thank you for letting me know, Kirsten. Let's see. Thank you for letting me know. All right, log in. Mm-hmm. 5-point authentication, pretty much. Text me my code. All right. Logging in. Okay. All right. Interesting. Now, I see it on here, but I don't have an email for it. So my apologies on that. So we're going to do the giveaway real quick, and then Kirsten will do your reading because you did donate before Katie's first donation. It just didn't pop up. So we've got your question here in PayPal. We'll do it right after our giveaway. And then we'll jump to Katie's past life question after Kirsten's question. So we have our giveaway, our drawing real quick. Those won't take that long. And then Kirsten's question, and then Katie, ours, second question. How's that sound? All right. And for everybody else and those that are listening right now, go ahead and figure out what card I'm going to pull from this deck. Start guessing right now or using your intuition to tune in. What tarot card am I pulling from this deck? And whoever figures out what card I'm holding right here will win the reading. Oh, beautiful card. All right. And if we're going and we're not narrowing it down, I will narrow it down for us by saying it's a major arcana, or it's a sword, or it's a pentacle, or whatever it is. My hair is something tonight. I just put leave-in conditioner in it and then braided it up when it was still wet. So it's not very curly. It's more wavy tonight. I almost feel like taking it out. It's annoying me. You can see it all wavy rather than curly. Get a wavy moment. Oh, funny. My hair thing fell on the floor like a Mickey Mouse. Let's see. Looks like Mickey Mouse. Or kind of like a south node sign if you take out the middle. It's the south node. Can't cannot see it. And the fact that my camera is backwards makes everything exponentially more difficult. All right, let's see what we got here. Anyone guess? Oh, I should probably finish the job and then we'll see if anyone got it. Yeah, it's still a little curly, but mostly wavy. Feels so shiny and clean. It looks kind of oily on camera because I got leave-in conditioner on it. Cousin It. It's Cousin It. I used to do that as a kid. I would always pull my... Now I look like Meg Griffin. I'd pull all my hair in front and the sides and look like Cousin It from the Addams Family. All right. Let's see who got it. Who got it? All right. And if we haven't gotten it yet, it is a Cups card. It's a Cups card. It's called Water in this deck. That's why I had to try to think to, yeah. All right. Make sure I'm scanning the comments. Ooh, it jumped. Did anyone get it? Let's see. I have to go back up because my chat jumped. At least the first part of this, I don't think anyone got it yet. Yeah. All right. Oh, Amber got it, actually. Amber, 9 in. 9 of Cups, 9 of Water. So, yeah, emotional fulfillment, contentment, happiness, all the fun things, coming in hot. My hair is something else tonight. All right, so 9 of Cups. Amber, you got it first. If anyone else got it, they might have gotten it after her because I'm not seeing one before that. So, yay, Amber! All right. It just took me a minute because I was undoing my braids. All right. So, what do we have here for Amber? Go ahead and post a question, Amber, and I can do kind of a little reading on that. And then everybody else who's here who wants to be entered into the giveaway, put an 888 in the chat, and I will write your name on a little slip of paper and put you in our pouch. We've upgraded from the little cup to the pouch because we've got quite the... That's not even doing it justice. There's a lot of names in there. A lot of them. Okay. So, Amber A, it's funny because we drew your name the other day and it was still out on my thing. So we'll just put this one right back in there instead of throwing away from the other day. I'll just put it back in here since you're right there. First one out. Let's put Kirsten down for a number or a drawing. All right. Coming out of room at the end there, but I get who it is. Okay. Entered. Pika Lee. If you guys wonder why does she show it, I just want you to know that that's what I'm writing and that's what I'm entering, and then watching me put it in there. Yes. Okay. And then we have Amber, 9 in. Of course, my thumbnail won't hold it down enough to where it's not moving the paper. And we have Brandy Lynn. Yes, Brandy Lynn. Got to cut more strips here. Brandy Lynn. Folded. All right, let me cut a couple more. I always cut the sticky part off so it doesn't grab all pieces and stick together. All right, so fold it in half. And then cut these into strips. Easy as that. Alrighty. And we have a nice little stack to write on. Okay. So we got Amber 9 in. So we did Brandy Lynn. So Banana Anna S. pen is jumping all over the place. And Katie R. Oh, we dropped a card. Katie R. My pen jumped, but I can still read it's an R. All right, we've got all of tonight's entries. Of course, anyone who enters after right now, I'll still enter you, but you will not win tonight because we're pulling tonight's winner right now. All right. Here we go. The winner tonight is Linda H., who is not here, but she was earlier. So I will timestamp that for her, and hopefully she will find that. She comes around often enough, though, that I can direct her to the right spot. Okay, now my hair is really annoying me, so I'm going to put it back. So, Amber, I think you have your question out. We'll get that. And then we'll do Linda H's quick reading. And then we're jumping into Kirsten's and then Katie R's second question. Okay. Now feels a little better. There we go. All right. Hopefully I entered everybody who put an 888. I'm always worried I skip someone and they're going to think I hate them or something. I promise I don't hate you. All right. Whatever organic spirit wants to say, I'm doing my best to prioritize myself and nurture myself. Awesome. And I'm looking for permanent relief. It's beyond me now. Okay, let's tune in. Of course, we have the 9 of water or 9 of cups to start out your reading, which is great because this is about recognition, fulfillment. Indulgence is another word I'm getting with this. So being able to do some major self-care. And I think that you putting yourself as a priority is key right now. Absolutely. You're following your intuition on that because that's exactly what you're supposed to be doing right now. Yeah, permanent relief is always hard for even those of us who have the most security and stability and, safety and happiness and abundance. There's still always going to be, that bit of, permanent relief. But life's always got its ups and downs. So it's kind of hard to know for sure there's permanent relief. But let's see what Spirit wants you to know. Yeah, the Wheel of Fortune. So times are turning, things are changing, something is shifting to where you're feeling more abundant. Yeah, this is an abundant energy here with the wish fulfillment, recognition, reward. Wow. Yeah, at least 20 to 30%. Wouldn't that be nice? Yes. But let's just see if there is anything Amber can do to increase her relief by 20 to 30%. Anything at all Amber can do. Okay, this one and this one want to come out. Oh, and that one. Wow. Cards are just flying off the shelves for you tonight, Amber. Even in your, the other reading, they were just flying out, wanting to come out. Okay, so the 3 of Earth, so 3 of Pentacles, being able to work with others or find a sense of comfort in others. And even if this is not people who you have right there with you as a support system, this could be spirit, this could be friends online, whatever your support system looks like, leaning on them, asking for help, not being afraid to ask for help. We also have the 3 of Air, so that heartbreak energy, you're going to be able to heal it or cleanse it yourself. We have cayenne here. And I don't know if you have any dishes that specifically use cayenne or where you're making something really spicy. This does feel like maybe you're making one of your mom's recipes. Yeah, if you felt her very close. Specifically anything spicy that she would cook or create in the kitchen from scratch. This feels very from scratch, not me going and buying all these processed foods and then putting them together. This is a very from scratch process. And this does feel like traditional Indian, maybe some spicy curry or something. I'm not as familiar with Indian dishes as I should be. We don't have a lot of Indian restaurants up where I'm at. But whatever resonates for you, and it does feel very authentic to your heritage. Oh, you made one today itself. Oh, I love it. And then you were using cayenne earlier. Wow. So just know she was with you. And this actually, you were using your intuition to work through this just needing relief, because this is the opposite of relief energy. But this Adelita, a fire or healer or knight of water, fire, came in to like help rescue the energy. So yeah, there's definitely a big shift coming. I feel like I need a goddess card as well. Anything else for Amber before we close out? To feel better. Yeah. Love, compassion, unity with Kuan Yin. With the number 14 adds up to 5 changes. Big changes. I have chills. Yes, yes. Awesome. But yeah, maybe even just tuning in, you know, if you don't want to connect to entities, just tuning into the archetype or the energy of the divine feminine known as Kuan Yin. Or whatever feminine energy, if that's your mom, if that's your own spirit, whatever it is, any timeline. I would say, let's look at these. We've got water, earth, air, and fire. We've got one of each. So really the timeline is going to be up to you. I would say putting yourself first and doing a whole bunch of self-care, self-love, doing things you enjoy, cooking the foods you want to taste in your mouth. These are all going to put you in alignment for feeling a lot of relief. At least 20 to 30% of relief is going to come from your own healing abilities and being able to put yourself back in alignment for yourself. Even if other people are pulling you this way or that, or telling you this or that, you're in more control here than you give yourself credit for. So timeline, I guess, will remain up to you as far as how much self-care and doing the things you enjoy. Of course, you know, we still have the day-to-day life and priorities that we have, but making sure you're making a point to take care of yourself, treat yourself, do whatever it is in the self-care, self-love department to make yourself feel as good as you possibly can in every now moment. Connecting to organic spirit, my organic inner self, and my mom. Sometimes animals as well. Yeah, animals to me feel like a very neutral energy. Yes, a lot of entities can use animals, both living animals and like spirit animals, as a way to hook in as well. So I would still vet any animals, any entities, any spirits, any, you know, anything that's not you that you're connecting to, vet it out. But yeah, animals and totems can be very powerful symbols for us and help for us as well. Yeah, no one else is allowed here. Yeah. Protect your energy, protect your heart, protect your spirit. These are all really important for you at this time. All right, so Linda, let me write out a timestamp. So we're at 1:57 on the nose for Linda. Linda, you won the giveaway tonight. Sorry, the drawing. I always get those two mixed up. Linda H. 1:57 was it? Yes. 11. Well, we're now at 11, so whatever. 1:57 on the dot. Okay. So Linda, one card pull for Linda. I'm going to move that out of the way and put that back. Put that there. Okay. I want to go to this deck. Okay. What does Linda need to know right now? Or just messages for Linda. And we have here, become the elixir with the number 50. Let your glow do the heavy lifting. So this really is about embodying your true spirit, allowing more of your light to come through and shine and just guide you and direct you in the direction that is going to be most beneficial. And then on the back of this deck that's just kind of staring at me, it says reveal. May openness lead you to connection. So it's like you are just letting your light really guide you, direct you, letting your intuition kind of lead the way to what is for you. And as you really tune into your intuition, Linda, really good mysteries and secrets of the universe or just of your own inner like gifts and happiness are going to be unlocked and revealed to you. I love that. So cool. Congrats, Linda, on the win on tonight's drawing. All right. Now we get into Kirsten's donation. So Kirsten, which is over here, go back to her question on PayPal. Oh, I gotta log in real quick. So Kirsten. And just let me know that you're here, Kirsten. I can still timestamp it though. 1:58:50 for Kirsten. Just so there she is. She's here. Okay. All right. I still wrote your timestamp anyway. So here we go. Logging in. to your question over on PayPal. So, okay, let me click on that so we can read. Should I date Ronald Rogers or let him go? I feel like he's not really invested, but he says he is. However, his replies are always slow. Okay, Ronald Rogers. Turning into Kirsten and Ronald Rogers energy. Should she, was it date him? Is that what you said? Date him or let him go? Oh, yeah. Date, yes. Should Kirsten date? Okay, we have 8 of Wands, which is a pretty clear, yeah, that'd be something. But the 8 of Wands, the energy's strong and fiery, but it can fizzle out. So let's just see, or if letting him go is a better in the long run for Kirsten. The World, closing out a cycle, letting go. This is basically saying you can do whatever the F you want. But let's see his intentions. This is saying we're not making the decision here today for you. You make that decision, Kirsten, but we can tune into his intentions toward you, and then that will give you what you need or want in this scenario to be able to make your decision for yourself. Does that make sense? Okay. So what are Ronald Rogers' intentions toward Kirsten in the long run, in the future? Yeah, he doesn't know what he wants. So that's probably why it's like he might even be dating multiple people. That could be why. That could be why you're just not feeling the quick response time from him. Is he's got his hands in too many cookie jars. That's kind of how I see it. Yeah, that does feel to me what it is. And then we got slippery energy here. What is this? 7 of Pentacles. He's dragging his feet, taking a really long time. He might see your text or your message right when it comes through, but it takes him days, sometimes, at least hours to get back to you. And again, it's like he's sitting there trying to decide or choose something. Both of these are 7s. I don't know if he himself is a life path 7 or maybe born in July, or there's something about that 7 energy. And it doesn't mean he's a bad guy because he's playing the field or anything like that. I don't really see that he's got ill will or anything. It's just he doesn't really know what he wants. So, so his intentions toward you might feel very wishy-washy or just kind of lukewarm rather than, exciting, or I can't wait to talk to you again. And, you're waiting, you're on red for hours and it feels kind of like, where'd you go? Yeah. The Sun. So it's like, I feel like when if you do meet up or if you do get together, it will feel like a good time, but I just don't know that his heart's in it yet. And if you haven't met in person yet, it just might take that you do have to meet in person for him to be like, oh wow, she is real. Oh wow, this could be fun. This could be cool. But again, it's like he's kind of playing the field or just keeping his options open, or he doesn't really understand what he wants. It's just an annoying cause I could take 20 minutes or longer to reply back, and then usually a short reply and there's no conversation. Right. It's yeah. It's like he's stalled out on the conversation, and it's almost like you're in the masculine energy of keeping that relationship going by keeping the conversation going. And it's like, come on now, throw me a bone here. I just went on for 20 minutes about what this is, and you're just like, yep. And and that can be kind of disheartening or just frustrating when you're wanting to make a connection with someone and they're just kind of like, oh, sure, cool, sounds great. Like, yeah, bored. That's exactly it. So if this were me, I'd just say, close it out, and then that's the interesting thing, though. That's the funny thing, because when we're just kind of like, yeah, this is not really doing anything for me, I'm moving on. Even if you don't really say anything, you just kind of move on. That's almost when he's going to subconsciously or spiritually sense that you're moving on, and then he gets interested all of a sudden. It might be that way. It could be that way. I'm not going to guarantee that it will be that way, but this to me does feel like your best interest, because when I first pulled this as far as you dating him, it felt like if there was any spark or passion, it'd fizzle out pretty quick. And not for any lack of effort on your part. It's just he doesn't know what he wants. So, a lot of times when someone doesn't know what they want, you could be the best thing ever. And if they don't know what they want, they're not going to see that you're the best thing ever. You know what I mean? But as far as your forward movement in this connection with Ronald Rogers, his name is even kind of hard for me to say. I almost want to say Roland Rogers or something like that. I don't know. It's kind of hard to remember or hard to say. Almost like he's kind of not very memorable energetically. Like he's not making a big mark or a big impression just energetically when I tune into his energy. It's just kind of mundane or plain, or it's there, but it's not very exciting. It's just kind of collecting its paycheck, showing up, but not really involved and engaged in the situation at hand. And I don't know if anyone wants to, that can be sometimes what relationships develop into after they kind of fizzle out, after years sometimes. But if that's what you're getting at the start, when things are supposed to be magnetic and fiery, and I'd say cut your losses, Yeah, as far as Kirsten's best path forward, yeah, walk away. Just let it go. Let it crumble, let it fall, move to on to the next, or just being in your own energy. Yeah. Because ultimately I do see it ending because, again, there's just not enough source of life to keep it going. Hi, Sully. We're still open for donations. Absolutely. We just did our giveaway and a drawing. And then at the very beginning, we did a free 1-card pull for everybody who's here like bright and early in the live stream. But yeah, if you want to donate, we can totally get into it for you tonight. Absolutely. All right. So yeah, Kirsten. Yeah, you're not crazy. You could totally feel. And it's funny because when I was like kind of saying like, oh, this just kind of feels like, collecting a paycheck, showing up, but like, and I'm currently rewatching the extended or the super fan episodes of The Office. So like they have all the deleted scenes and stuff. So I just recently started rewatching that, and I'm not to this part or the season yet, but it's showing me like in my mind's eye with this relationship where they have that lady come in to show how to do CPR and stuff. And the lady's like, you gotta, pump to the beat of Staying Alive. And it's almost like, that's energetically, it's like you gotta work so hard, and he's not even really there because it's just a mannequin. It's just like empty vessel. Nothing too exciting going on here. The most exciting thing was Dwight cutting the face off the mannequin and wearing it like was it Hannibal Lecter or something? Yeah. And you don't deserve that, Queen. You deserve somebody who's gonna be just as in it as you are, if not more excited about this connection than you are. That's what you deserve. Somebody who's really just excited about it, and it's out there for you. It really is. And I don't know that he's it for you in that way. All right, big hugs to you. I'm sure you will do what's best for you in the situation between you and Ronald Rogers. There, I said it right. All right, Katie R, you're most welcome, dear. Katie's giving you some best wishes as well. All right, Katie R, I think hers was about past life. With Stacy. Let's see. Best past life you've had with the soul of Stacy. I'm already feeling like a romantic connection. That's the route we're going with this. All right. Wow. One with the sun, be the light. So this to me does feel like Leo energy. Where you are is where it's at. Wow. Stay still until you're divinely moved. So it's like you guys are playing out a similar cycle in this life that you were in the past life. And it does feel like you incarnated in around the same vicinity as where you're at now. It feels maybe 60 miles to the north or so. Whatever town, if there's a town like 15 or 10 miles kind of, did I say south? I meant like north. If I said south, I meant north. Like 60 miles away, kind of north. I'm really seeing like north east, but slightly more north than just due east, but like northeast. I don't know if there's a town or a city or even just a plot of land up that way. And this does feel like there were buildings around. So it's it's recent enough that there could have been buildings around. As far as this specific past life, I have my past life cards up here. Let's see. I'm going to couple decks here. So uncover your past lives and then the past life oracle cards. I want to tune into these. I really do feel that you were the feminine energy in this past life and Stacy was the masculine in this past life. But let's tune in the connection between Katie and Stacy in this past life we're tuning into that's in the very similar location they are currently residing around, or specifically where you, Katie, are at. If Stacy lives at a distance from you, it's where you are at, about 60 miles northeast. I know for you it might look west, but yeah, for me it's east in the map in my mind. All right, let's see. All right. Yeah, so we have medicine man or woman, Native American, okay. Orphan, high priest or priestess. Wow. It's cool because when I was saying, oh, like 60 miles northeast of you, I'm like, even if it was like a patch of land or a plot of land, I could see teepees in my mind's eye, and I should have said it right then because I always kick myself when I don't say these things. But these are hard to see because they're holographic, but Native American, medicine man or woman. And I do see that you were a married couple in the tribe in where you're currently at. And I'm tuning in. I don't know if the Sioux, S-I-O-U-X, Sioux Indians were once in that area. Oh, the Ute Indians. Oh, neat. But I'm seeing like the Sioux Indians. And even if they didn't like live in that area, and I can't recall exactly where you live. I want to say somewhere in Iowa, but correct me if I'm wrong. And I'm not a big on map, like as far as knowing what's where. Yeah. Well, you could have been Ute, but you probably had multiple lives as Native Americans. But what I see, okay, so the story is playing itself out. It's very interesting because you were orphaned in the tribe. Both of your mom and dad, it's like smallpox, but it wasn't like a smallpox outbreak. It's something similar to that took out a great number of people in your tribe and neighboring tribes. And you were at 6 years old, your mom and dad died within 3 weeks of each other when you were 6 years old. And the guy that you went to marry, who's Stacy, her family took you in. It was her aunt. She was a man in that life. We'll just call her Paul for the sake of this. Stacy is now Paul. That's not her actual name, as in this life. But that's just what I'm going with, just for the sake of keeping things not confused. So Stacy equals Paul. So Paul's aunt took you in. She had 3 sons and 2 daughters of her own. But she was really good friends with your mom. And you also had 2 little brothers. So 6, 3, and 2 were the ages of you and your brothers. And they took you in. But again, because tribal, kind of more communal living, everybody really helped each other and took care of each other's kids anyway. So it wasn't like this big drain on resources to take in 3 extra kids when you already have your own. But you grew up very close, and I see Stacy / Paul being 2.5 to 3 years older than you in this life. So you guys grew up like best friends, like almost like brother or sister, but like there was always kind of this flirty vibe between the two of you, even when you were really young. So it's like you were family, but not, in a way. But when you grew up, he became the medicine man, and you were like the medicine woman of the tribe. And I see you as like a midwife, a healer. Stacy also worked, Paul in this life worked as like a seer, got like massive downloads, and you could tune into that too, but you were more in the earth realm of healing and being able to utilize, like, you were like the witch doctor or the medicine woman. Stacy could also do a lot of that stuff as well, but also had this added, and of course you had your spiritual gifts too, but Stacy, like full on had prophetic dreams, visions. There was even like a visitation with like elemental beings. They don't feel like they come from like far off star systems. They feel like interdimensional, like Sasquatch energy is what I'm picking up. Sasquatch energy. and even though you didn't see them, you could like feel the energy of them. But Stacy, Paul, would work with these, and I have major chills, would work with these energies. So I don't know if there is, like, maybe even just bringing up Sasquatch to, so random, bringing up Sasquatch to Stacy just to see like how she responds. Not like just out of the blue, but like, work it into the conversation. Just be like, I don't know how you could even naturally work that in, but because she was full on, could even go and travel interdimensionally in that life. And she tried so hard to find a way to get you to come with her. You could come with her if you were like in an astral travel, like if you were, sleeping and then could consciously project yourself that way. But like Stacey could like full on get up and go to the next dimension or another dimension, go off with the Sasquatch. But actually the Sasquatch gave a lot of healing modalities. This sounds so weird. Just believe me here. A lot of healing modalities, that there was another, and this time it was smallpox outbreak in your tribe, and you didn't lose one person. Yes, people got sick and people were very close to the brink, but there was some sort of plant that also was in, the earth realm. It feels like crushed up berries. I'm seeing like orange berries, but not on a tree. They grow on a plant. I don't even know. That's just what I'm seeing. And the leaves of the berries almost feel, because what I'm seeing in my mind's eye is like holly berries. You know how the leaves are kind of sharp? Like the points on the leaves are really sharp and they can hurt. But the berries themselves aren't red like a holly berry. They're orange. So I don't even know if there's a plant like that with sharp edges on the leaves that can draw blood if you get up in there enough. But they're very medicinal, both the leaves and the berries, and even the stems or twigs of the plant. And they may not even be, I heard, eradicated. So this could be something that was eradicated because certain powers that be around here learned of these medicinal properties. And now this plant only exists in, like, it's either still exists and it's just so like wiped from the medicinal records of people or knowledge of people that people will trample right over it and won't even realize it's healing. Or maybe we're even told it's poisonous, but who's going to sit there and test, most people probably like, oh, that's a poisonous plant, I'm not going to put it in my mouth. Of course you're not, because you're told it was poisonous, but like, I wouldn't be the one testing it out or anything, but like, I don't know. Can we always believe what we're told? Can we? I don't think so. Cool. I want to, though, before we go, I want to see, what does that life to this life mean for your connection in this life, or just knowing this? How do we bridge that life to this life in your energies? Yeah, 10 of fire. Wow. So there might be something, it's interesting because there's a lot of like medicinal stuff going on here. Like preparing a food. I'm seeing honey here in this jar. I don't know that that's exactly what this is, but intuitively I'm tuning in that it's honey. And I'm seeing like bleeding heart plants here. So there might be some medicinal stuff that you both maybe tapped into or tuning into or could utilize. I don't know if either of you is interested in healing, health, anything like that, but it's definitely something you have deeper knowledge if you, either or both of you, took the time to learn about plant, like natural, like remedies and healing. Oh, both plant. There you go. That's makes sense. It makes sense to you. I'm good. I'm glad. Yeah. So you both have a lot of really good intuitive empath life knowledge about plants, and even your house plants feel like almost members of the family. Like it's not just that you have a plant and it's just this random thing in my house. Like it means something to both of you. Cool. How fun. I love past life readings. You just never freaking know what's coming out. You just never know. So happy. Your energy just makes me so giddy. Yeah, same. What the heck? I don't even know who this Stacy is, but just being in her energy and how and it's me picking up how she feels toward you, and probably you toward her, because mirrors, right? It just feels so good. At the very least, this is a good friend that you could have as a lifelong friend. And if, maybe something extra and spicy could it could be something bigger. Something more romantical, you know. The potential is absolutely there. So, if she is not bisexual, she just may be and not even realize it, or it just may be that she's only bisexual toward you and she doesn't know that. But if she is bi and openly bi about it, and that's cool, then hey, you can bond over your mutual bi-ness, right? But yeah, she just feels like a good time. She feels fun. She feels flirty, 30 and flirty and thriving. I don't know if you guys seeing the movie what's it called, 13 Going on 30 together. I actually recently read the book. I didn't even know there was a book to that movie, and I found it in one of those little free libraries. And I'm like, oh, funny! I didn't know this was a book. It's very clearly that the movie came out first, and then they basically took the screenplay and made it into a book. So it's basically like a shot by shot of book or of the movie, rather than having anything extra. So I'm like, oh, I didn't really gain anything by reading the book, but I did anyway. Very fun. Oh, and it's funny because in that movie, there was kind of a weird time travel element. And I know in that past life it was more dimensional travel rather than time travel that Stacy the / Paul the high priest was traveling, but yeah. I don't know, Sasquatch, plants, healing, cool stuff. Fun! What a fun reading. I love it when you hop on here, Katie. It's fun. It's fun for me. All right. So I think we have, let's see what this one is. We've got Karma! Or, as your name is here, I probably should, Sully. Okay. Yeah, I don't ever just want to yell out people's names, because especially not last names, because we just want to keep people's privacy. But yes. So one detailed question reading. Awesome. So what would you like to know? Oh, Karma is her mom's name. Oh my gosh, that is hilarious. Okay, there's just further confirmation there's something cool going on here. Come on now. You can't, that is not a common name, Sully and Katie. That's not a common name. Oh, that's so cool. You just never know. You just never know what's gonna happen. How cool. Maybe one day you guys can come back and rewatch this. Oh my goodness. All right. So go ahead and what would you like to know, my dear Sully? We'll get into it for you. Yes, you have a really great night, Katie. Good to talk to you. All right. Glad I asked these questions. Thank you. Yay. I'm so glad. So excited. You'll have to update us how at least the friendship, if not something more, goes. All right. I'm going to take a quick drink of water while we see what Sully's detailed question is. Okay. Just got really warm in here all of a sudden. I don't know if it's because I'm bouncing around or what. Like I just did a workout and smell my candle. These are the money manifestation spell candles that I made. Well, one of 5 that I made earlier this week. So fun. I'm having so much fun. I can't wait. I let the candles cure or just kind of do their thing for about 20 days before I light it, just to make sure all the scent is infused with the wax and stuff. But I can't wait. I can't wait. All right, so I would like to know Kareem's true feelings, thoughts, and intentions towards me. He's a Virgo. Let's find out. I'm feeling like going to the City of Dreams Tarot, or sorry, Dreams Within Dreams Tarot. All right, tuning in to Sully's energy and Kareem's energy and his true feelings, thoughts, and intentions towards Sully. Kareem. Okay. Oh. Ten of Cups is a very lovey energy, very emotionally connected energy. A lot of times, this can be like past life stuff that now you're in this life to like close things out or do things different or close a cycle, maybe even past karma. Could be some past karma. Let's just see his intentions. The fact we're starting with the Ten of Cups, that's usually a I want to marry you and have your babies card. So we'll put that out there. Oh, last you spoke a few days ago didn't go well. Oh no. But at least his thoughts and intentions toward and feelings toward you, there's love here. There's at the very least he cares. Like this is not just someone who's going to throw you away onto the next. Like this person cares. But let's just see. Even if things didn't go well the last time you spoke, let's just see what his true feelings, thoughts, and intentions are toward Sully. Yeah, Five of Cups. So there might have been, some sadness or something that was said or done that, kind of hurt one or the other of you. Yeah, these are very emotional cards. So there's a very, there's a lot of emotions tied up in the connection for sure. But as far as he might have felt like something was lost the last time you talked to each other. It didn't go well. He might have felt like he lost you. I don't know if it's something he said to you or you said to him or something was done mutually, but he feels like he lost something here. But let's just see his true feelings, thoughts, intentions toward Sully. Yeah, Page of Coins. So this is letting me know that he doesn't see that things are over, if that's, as far as being able to move forward or move on from this or have a new beginning from whatever happened the last time you spoke. There's definitely new beginning energy or the potential for a new beginning. At the very least, there's potential. Depending if both of you want to go forward with it or not, I guess would remain to be seen. But the fact that there is a seed of potential here is good news if you want things to, progress. But we're tuning mostly into his thoughts and feelings. So he definitely wants a fresh start or a do-over or maybe to take something back, even though that's sometimes not possible. But a lot of times we can learn from things and move forward. And then we have Two of Pentacles, Two of Coins. So there might be a bit of confusion or a bit of back and forth where one day or 1 minute he's like, yeah, I want to make things work. And then the next minute he's like, maybe I just move on. So he might be conflicted or confused. But again, at the heart of his true feelings, thoughts, and intentions, he does care. He does care. So, but right now he just might be confused because of what happened, or you might also be confused. And a lot of times, if it feels like this is where you're sitting energetically, we can feel very similar because, relationships a lot of times are mirrors for how we feel, and how they feel, we're a mirror for that. With King of Pentacles, King of Coins here. So this definitely feels like someone who would want to make this a long-term thing. And I don't know if you guys have officially dated or you've been connected for a long time or a little time, or I don't know all the situation, but the fact he is a Virgo, that already is an earth sign. This does feel like he wants to, you've met online, you haven't met in person, it's been confusing. This makes sense. This is exactly where I was going. So I'm glad you said that. This is exactly where it's going. It almost does. Yes, he cares, but he's conflicted, and things aren't always easy online or from a distance because we can't be in that person's physical space, physical energy. And he, as a Virgo, he's very tactile, wants to touch things, wants to sense things with his physical body. Even if you're just sitting across from each other at a table talking, that's such a big part of how he connects to people, that he feels a lot of times like that's missing, and that can make things difficult and frustrating even for him. But he wants to maybe make a trip to meet you, or, you make a trip to meet him. Again, it almost feels like a fantasy land, or almost like it's not real to him. Yes, he cares. We will establish at the root of everything, he cares. But it almost feels like you're just this dream or this vision or this almost NPC or game character or something, because he hasn't been able to physically hug you, see you with his eyes, be in your energy field. Again, with that Virgo energy, he wants something to hold on to, or to have that physical connection, meaning, being able to touch someone, hug someone, kiss someone, just, be across the table from someone is still much more physical than having like an online relationship. But I think whatever didn't go well, you can overcome it. We do this. There is a card of healing here. The Six of Swords also isn't my internet card. I always call the Six of Swords in the deck. This is online presence, online communication. So yeah, his energy is on and off. So let's just see his intention moving forward. We've kind of established where you're at and where you've been with Kareem's energy, but let's see his intentions toward you moving forward. For Sully, Kareem's intentions moving forward. So it's taking a minute for the card to come. Well, not a minute, but it's taking longer for this card to come out than the others. So again, it's like he's recalibrating, processing, trying to figure out what he wants to do. But what are his intentions moving forward? Yeah, Judgment. So there's like this level up or awakening. He wants to take things to the next level, or at least do this relationship in a different, more cohesive, more tangible way. Meeting up in person, I think, would be like the thing to kick this off for him officially. Because like in his heart, it's like he feels things are official, but then in his mind, he's like, but no, she's not here. So is she even real? Like he knows you're real. He knows you're genuine. He knows you care and he cares. But he, again, Virgo energy, he just wants someone he can put his arms around and smell their hair. And, that part is missing for him. And that part is so important to him. And I'm sure it's important to you as well. But his intentions moving forward is, I'm hearing bridge the gap as well. So I don't know if he has any plan or in the future would want to make a plan. And I don't know how far apart the distance is to where if it's going to cost like a big flight, like, 3 layovers and I don't know how far the distance is. But I would say the best path for your connection moving forward would be to make it a priority to meet in person, if it's at all possible, because that would really touch down and solidify for both of you that, wow, this is a real person. Even though you both know, yes, this is a real person. I get it. I understand it. I know it. But when you can actually touch that person you've never touched, like, I'm not talking even just sexual, but just like in a just, regular way, handshake, a hug, a brush against, bump against the shoulder. Like, there's just something so tangible about that that's missing for, I think, both of you, but specifically for him. But best path moving forward for Kareem and Sully. Yeah, 9 of Wands. There's just a lot of, it's like you're very close to a finish line here. But then we have the 8 of Swords. So there's a lot of like mind chatter or just mind feeling stuck, feeling trapped, feeling like you're never going to be able to meet because of XYZ. Oh, it's going to cost this much. Or what if, So there's a lot of mental stress about what if I'm not enough? What if there's not a romantic spark? What if? But the 9 of Wands is letting me know that there's like a light at the end of the tunnel, or there's like you're so close, yet almost maybe feel so far away. But if you can make this happen, that would really help both of you feel more secure in the connection. 1 hour flight, about 5 driving. I've been feeling like he's procrastinated actually meeting. It's frustrating, right? But let's just see. I'm pretty sure he wants to meet because it's all over this reading. But let's just see if you, put forward, hey, let's meet. Let's just meet. How he would respond to that. 8 of Cups. So movement, emotional, moving on. I want to get a clarifier on this to see. Yeah, he would move in your direction. And I know normally the 8 of Cups is move away from an emotional connection. But because there hasn't been a move in your direction yet, it's like he's going on a trek to meet up with you in the physical reality with the Queen of Pentacles. In the physical, I think he would be on board. It almost feels like you would have to go to him. That's kind of how it feels. But if it's possible for him to go to you, I think that would be more powerful because he's the one initiating it. Yeah, Ace of Pentacles. A new beginning in the material world, like in the physicality. To be able to meet is such a powerful thing in person. You know, there's so much power you can tune into together as a couple online, but when you meet in person, it's like taking it again, taking it up a notch, taking it to that next level. And I think that would be the ultimate next move for both of you to feel more secure in the connection. But if you put it up and he tries to fawn or say, "Oh no," then I would maybe question things. But again, at the heart of it, it does feel like he does care. He does want to meet you in person. It's just it might be his own just mental hangups. Like, what if you don't like him? What if that are maybe holding him back? Because right now there are good parts of the relationship that, at least he has that. And then if you meet and you don't like him the way he likes you, and then he loses that, it feels devastating, even though that's not what's even happening. But he's almost borrowing trouble, like almost looking into the future, like, well, what if we meet and she doesn't like me? And then it's like, at least this way I'm safe and I know. But then there's that subconscious part of him that's like, but we need to be in her energy because we need to feel that, we have to have the tactile part of this. I would prefer if he come. Yeah, he come. I would show yeah, right. Exactly. That's exactly what I mean by that. Is that would let you know that, yeah, okay, he's serious about this. So let's see what happens. And I think that would make you feel the safest as well, because you are, the female energy should be the one receiving rather than the one having to go forth. That's more his thing. He, as the masculine going forth to, to you, for you to receive him on your home turf or in your hometown or, wherever it is you're living. That feels the most right as far as what's going on here. Yeah. So I would say, just present that, and, even if you paid half, he paid half. If you want to do that, or if he just, if it's a 5-hour drive, that can't be more than a couple $100 in gas, right? If that, right? Yeah, exactly. So it does feel right that he'd be the one to go to you, but if he actually follows through, I think he's playing his own mental games of what if she doesn't like me? But we have the Knight of Pentacles, so he will move in your direction to meet you in the physical. It just might take him a while. So this could even be as late as like summertime. But he eventually will. If he's serious about this and you're serious about this, which I feel you both are, eventually he's going to make it happen. And he'll most likely come to you because we're tuning in what he's going to do about it. Yes. And then the Lover's on the back of the deck. So, yeah. You're no contact right now, so I don't know if we'll ever speak again. Yeah, well, again, going back to the beginning part, he does care. So let's just see if there will be speaking again. It just might be that Knight of Pentacles it's going to take time to kind of gain that trust or just kind of build back up to where you were before you went no contact. But let's just see if there will be contact again between Kareem and Sully. Here it is. We have Justice, so there's a rebalancing of the energy. 7 of Pentacles, have a bit of patience, and then 9 of Wands moving in your direction, at least energetically. So yeah, I do see like a reunion or a reuniting of your energy, a balancing out of that energy yet again, but it just might be a minute because the 7 of Pentacles is very slow. It drags its feet. It takes its time. It's the patience card, the dreaded P word around here. But yeah, I don't see that you'll never hear from him again or he'll never hear from you again. It just might be that one or the other of you reaches out and the other one's still kind of pouting about it. But eventually you'll both come around. Yeah, because this is like destined. It does feel very fated. Fated, not faded like it faded away, but like fated, like destined to happen. So yeah, I would say don't think that you've seen the last of him or he's seen the last of you. And most likely, I still see you being able to meet in the physical world. So, any closing arguments for Sully? Yeah, the Tower. It just feels like this right now because this feels like, it's all crumbled. We're no contact. What if we never speak again? This is like the the worst possible scenario. But to clarify this Tower, as far as you actually having anything to worry about long term, Five of Pentacles, it's just going to be about, who breaks first to reach out to the other, and, who puts forth the effort first or who doesn't, if either of you decide to. I mean, you can decide right now, I don't ever want to talk to him again, and then your decision's made. You don't have to. But if you do feel like this is something worth making happen, you can just walk into that sanctuary. The Five of Pentacles is about feeling left out in the cold, which again, it feels like it all crumbled down 2 years down the drain. Everybody's left out in the cold, but that doesn't have to be the reality. But that's probably how both of you are feeling right now. And then on the back of the deck, yeah, the Traveler, a new beginning. And also the fact that one of the other of you has to travel to see the other. So again, going back to the beginning, he does care. He's emotionally involved. He's emotionally invested. Even if things didn't go very well the last time you talked, there's still 2 years worth of connection and love between the two of you that you can't just brush under the rug and pretend never happened. And he can't either. So I told him how I felt, but he didn't reply. So I don't plan to reach out again. Right. And I think that's appropriate. Ball's in his court. And so if he gets the cojones up to, come forth and, let's just see if he will. Let's just get one more. Is it probable that Kareem will, now that the ball's in his court, reach out to Sully at some point in the future? He's going to take his time. Seven of Pentacles. And this one wanted to come out as well. The Empress. It's interesting, though, because in this depiction, she's almost reached out. He's going to reach out. He will. Absolutely, he will. It just might be after a bit of time. Oh, I'm so curious. I'm so curious when you do hear from him again. Yeah, because we have the Empress. He sees you as this very just divine energy. No matter what happened between the two of you, on that soul spirit level, he feels your spiritual love and presence, and vice versa, I'm sure. So I do see you being able to smooth things out, and I think he will reach out eventually. I mean, the cards aren't lying usually to me or people here. So yeah. So if you don't hear from him tomorrow or next week or next month even, I would still, I wouldn't put your life on hold for him either, though, because ball is in his court. Remember, you're allowed to move on. But I do see him reaching out at some point, and it's up to you at that point if you even want to move forward in this relationship, or if it's even worth it to you, Yeah, time is the right. It's not fair. Yeah, you shouldn't have to wait months and then get back together, whatever, and then wait months. Like, that's just so not fair to you. And, in the long run, if you're just not willing to compromise on the fact that you just are done waiting, then I would just, you can always pull your energy back from him and I always say do cord removal rather than just cord cutting. It's interesting though, because the second you remove that cord, it's like energetically he feels it, and that might just be when he reaches out. I'd say 9 times out of 10, not 10 times out of 10, but about 9 times out of 10, that's what happens. It's like they energetically can feel you've pulled your energy back, and your intentions are no longer to go in their direction, and they can feel it on some level. They feel it, and if they don't want to lose it, light that fire under your butt, get going, because you're gonna lose this if you don't hurry. He recently reconciled after months of no contact, and now it crumbled so fast before anything. Yeah, and this just could be that Tower moment is just the writing on the wall. But as far as your next path forward, I normally don't do this in depth of a reading, but I'm just gonna. Right? Yeah, and you shouldn't have. Then that's the thing. If it's meant to be, you shouldn't have to pressure. Hi, Wu-Tang Tia. Welcome. We're about ready to close out. We're almost 3 hours in, but let's just see Sully's best path forward. Moving on or waiting it out. I just really want you to be able to move on. Yeah. And if you do move on, it's not like you're going to probably find someone tomorrow that's completely new and you're in a new relationship. It's like you're taking your time as well to move on or to heal or to cut cords or, whatever it is you're doing to just do what's best for you. You're not feeling this need to just completely undo everything over the past 2 years and be over with it. You're taking your time healing and just getting to know you as a single person, or, whatever it is you're going to do. Um, and yeah, you're just kind of feeling, just not very excited about love life right this second, So, and that's okay. This can be a rest energy because she's not even her eyes aren't even open to sense any kind of opportunity coming in, and that's okay. We can have times where we're kind of just like in this almost womb energy or cocoon energy where we're just doing some healing, protecting ourselves, and you know, just getting ourselves feeling back to good again. And I think you deserve a timeout to be able to do that after just months of no contact and then all reconciliation and then whiplash of just no contact again. Like that's hard for anybody. So, give yourself some grace and some time and um, just some really good self-love, self-care. Do things you enjoy, hang out with people you like, do the things that really light you up. And before you know it, you're going to be in this whole other energy. Whether he comes back or not, and whether you take him back or not. By then you might just be like, oh well, you know, you just never know. All right, big hug, Sully. Sully, thanks again for your donation. It's a pleasure to read for you tonight. Oh, dang, didn't know you were on. Well, I hope you're having a wonderful night. I am, thank you. Yeah, hardly anyone gets notified anymore. It's just YouTube doing its thing. And it's not even just for like tarot readers and like spiritual creators. It's like all of YouTube has like dropped the ball on people getting notified of people they're subscribed to. It's just a thing, I guess. I don't know. Not very efficient. The old YouTube algorithm. I don't know. I shouldn't badmouth because I'm on the platform right now. But yeah, it's frustrating, especially when you want to not miss something like a live stream. It's live. I mean, you can always watch a replay, but sometimes it's just fun to be live. All right, you guys. Well, we've done our giveaway. We've done our drawing. We've done all our free one-card pulls. I think it's time for me to go relax for a little bit and get to some sleep. So I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your evening, your day, your week. I will be back on here on Friday. We're going to do an update on the protection and cleansing live stream that we did last Friday. And if you missed that and want to know what all that's about, spiritual warfare is like a big thing right now. If you want to know how to cleanse yourself and protect yourself, you can watch last Friday's live stream. It's the most recent live stream before this one in my like live lineup on the live tab on my channel. If you want to, I did like a little mini webinar and then a kind of collective reading for our little collective for those watching live and on the replay if you want to check that out. Also, I'll be live again here Friday. It's the dark moon is tomorrow. So any of you looking to release, let go, offload, purge, declutter, tomorrow is a really good time to get all your feelings out, get all the energies let go of. Tomorrow's a really great time. The dark moon, that's the day before the new moon. And then Friday's the new moon. So yeah, we'll be back here Friday at 11 a.m. Mountain Time. Thanks again so much for those likes, comments, shares, subscribes, donations, and all the things. And I really, truly do hope to see each and every one of you right back here at Harmony Portal Tarot Live. All right, you guys, have a wonderful evening. Goodbye.